What is this? Like Eagle Eyes or something like that.
All right. Well, hey, folks. I guess Ricky said he's out of town this week, so he will be controlled by possibly Alex again. Communally, he'll be a communal character.
Okay.
But yeah, how's everyone doing?
Pretty good.
You're what, 2 weeks away from Dragon Con?
2 weeks away from Dragon Con.
Yes, and
Nice.
there are new people showing up that I didn't know that were going to show up. Like Paul Bettany is going to be there now. Everybody loves Paul Bettany. That's Vision, by the way, if you don't know his actual name.
Gotcha.
Sean
Who's Vision?
Astin and Elijah Wood are going to be there.
Oh, there you go. They're from the Harry
The
Potter movies?
Hobbits? No, the
Oh.
Hobbits. Frodo is Elijah Wood, and Samwise is Sean.
I thought he was from. Isn't that Rudy? Rudy!
Yeah. Sean Astin is also from Rudy and the Goonies. He was in the Goonies too.
Mm-hmm. And the SAG after strikes.
I mean, as long as they don't talk about they're promoting like current work, since all the other work is over, it should be okay. So they just can't talk about recent things, but they can talk about past things. From my understanding of all the strike stuff.
Ah, yeah. Paul Bettany was also the crazy guy in the Han Solo movie, right?
I have not seen that movie.
Are the same guy? Or they just look the same?
He was in A Knight's Tale. He was Chaucer, which was
he?
great.
Why did the knight have a tail? Why was he inside of it?
No, A Knight's Tale. You know the
Yeah,
Heath Ledger
a knight's
movie.
tail. Yeah, but a knight with a tail, right? Like a dragonborn, a wild heart dragonborn. There's a callback for. There's a callback for Alex. Yeah, Solo, Dryden Voss. Dryden Voss. Oh, tattoos. Yeah, no. Anyway, magic mouths that trigger when you think. Okay, I'm gonna stop looking at Reddit, and we'll probably roll some D6s. That's the right word. 2d6. Let's roll 2d6.
A 9.
Courtney, you don't even have to roll.
Roll 2.
Excellent.
I rolled a 2.
Well, you never know. She might roll 2. Yeah.
I got a 4. So
okay. Well, congratulations. I rolled a 2. So. All right. So. Let me look at my notes here. Last week we started just a little late, but we talked about the campaign in general, just like what we want to see, how we have it going so far, how we like it and stuff. Then we started talking about the actual campaign and like what we're doing inside. We did talk about setting up a med bay. It was what 500,000 for, and it would take like what 1 to 2 weeks, something like that.
That sounds about right.
After that, well, we were on Drinax. Then we jumped to Clark. Then we jumped to Blue, which where we refueled, and then we jumped to a Runaseer. Oh yeah, we found out all the refueling stuff too. Once on a Runaseer, we met Aslan. His name is what Ikef, Ikef, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And he toured the ship, and they had him and Jinx had a cape swishing competition.
I like to think I won, thank you.
Anytime one of them swished their cape, the other one swished it too.
So does he.
Yeah. The docking fee that he took was the 16 tons of ores and an extra 5,000 credits. After I paid the actual docking fee of 350 credits. But then we strategized on how to get on the ship. We went to a bar, and we just kind of hung out there. There were three people from the ship there, uh, two engineers and a marine sitting at a table. Jinx, after a while, Jinx goes over and buys them drinks and gets us in with them through into the chief engineer. And I think they said come back tomorrow at noon for him to be there at lunch, which we do. His name was Paulo, I believe. We meet him. He essentially hires us three people as mechanics. One is as a medical doctor. I wonder who that could be. So we went up there.
Thanks.
Yeah, got scanned in. Got handed badges that tell us exactly where we're allowed to go. Then we went up. The three of us went up to the engineering deck, while Gino went up to the medical bay. We just start kind of cleaning up and doing what we can, salvaging, repairing what we could. Breyer found an issue with the J drive. He told me, I told Talis, and then Paolo, which kind of, in hindsight, feels like a wild goose chase. But then after that, we went to the dinner. We went to the mess hall for dinner, and we saw the vault door there. But what was Gino doing the whole time? He was looking through the crew list. He was looking through the crew list and sitting there drinking a cup of tea with that. And then that's pretty much where I have it ended. I think that's pretty much where we did end, though.
Sounds right.
Yeah. That sounds all right. Did everyone get a chance? I mean, not necessarily get a chance, but everyone see my message too about the drive that you guys have access to the core rulebook? The what's it called? I could just open my Google Drive real quick. You have the new folder that's called Books, and in it you have the PDF of the core rulebook, the robot handbook for the discerning, robot technician, the Central Supply catalog, which is the new update that's got like almost all of the gear, and then I threw in the field catalog, which is actually for like, I think they did a Kickstarter like 2 years ago or so for like a whole mercenary rule set that, like, I think as things stand right now, we don't necessarily need to worry about, but like, I don't know if in the future you guys, that's a route you want to go into in terms of like hiring on whole like mercenary bands, or creating a mercenary company. We could, but basically that rulebook just has some interesting rules about like customizing and creating your own weapon. So if someone wants to like really dive deep into that, they can figure that out. But really, the Central Supply catalog is just going to be a way more easily and more manageable PDF to go through than the one I put through the Dropbox. So if you check your Google Drive, that's a good way, because that actually has the hyperlinked chapters that you can click through. Not hyperlinked, but clickable. Is it a hyperlink? Is it a hyperlink if it doesn't redirect you to a new website?
I think so.
I mean, you can hyperlink to a folder, so.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I'm not dropping things.
But yeah, okay, cool. Any questions, comments, concerns, or like plans going forward for this heist event sort of thing? I think we left off. You guys are heading back to the ship. We can say, it's the next morning. You guys are waking up, eating breakfast on the ship.
What do we think about this whole impenetrable vault thing? Like,
I am worried. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get it.
What about the cargo hold? There's what? It's what, 660 tons or something?
mm-hmm.
So it's
Problem
like,
is we don't know how much value there is in it, because we can't hold a lot of stuff on our ship.
yeah.
So if it's just kind of common stuff, we're taking a huge risk for very little gain. If we're going to run the heist, I feel like we have to get into the vault or we're not going to get our money's worth out. But that does make it way harder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is unless somebody could get into the cargo hold ahead of time and scout out some particularly valuable materials. But none of us have access to go back there, and I don't know how we would get them to give us access. And I think whatever we do, we have to do it in a way that we don't rouse any suspicions at all, because that we'll have the whole Imperial Army trying to track us down if they know who we are after we leave.
Will you give me, Gino? Will you give me some sort of skill roll? Some sort of skill roll, actually. And actually, I'll have Hatsui roll for Briar too, because it's going to be something
I need to
that
pull up
relates.
his thing real quick.
I asked him this morning too, and he said that it's updated. Whatever sheet that's in there is updated.
Okay.
So, but
He's Briar Lockhart.
mm-hmm. Gino Starhart.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Oops.
I guess it's just gonna be an education role for Gino.
Alright.
And Briar can roll a naval tactics if he has tactics naval. Yeah, he does.
Naval Tactics at 1.
Yeah, with education.
With education. Well, he is
There's 0.
a net 0 person.
Yeah, yeah, that's
everything.
yeah. I think he's got to be the reason I gotta start giving out those points.
Yeah.
I rolled a 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah. Briar rolled a 10.
Yeah, he really don't have much going for him right now.
No, everyone else has at least some pluses. He just has a -2 for strength, and then everything else is 0. Yeah. Yeah. We gotta give him some. We gotta boost him up a little bit. That's a rough base. What did Gina roll the 7? What did Briar roll?
A 10 including his naval tactics.
Okay. So one thing would be, unless they send, and this Briar would be like, especially, I mean, it makes sense because he spent his whole career in the Navy, and he also spent it based out of what's that planet you guys are from?
Tobiah?
Yeah, Tobiah, which is right on the border of the Trojan Reach. Is that unless the Navy puts together a punitive fleet, which they do, like, I don't know, maybe maybe like once a decade, and they just like they'll put together a few warships, they'll send them into the Reach, and they'll just like go around and start harassing pirates. The Navy's like reprisal, they might send a ship every now and then on a particular mission, but they're unlikely to send a whole fleet hunting after you guys. Even after doing something like this, it's just not like financially feasible for the Imperium to do that. You guys would definitely be like, if you something catastrophic happens, you steal the ship, you steal like the most of the goods, you steal anything really, I guess, from the ship, and it's known who you are. Like, yeah, if you run into an Imperial warship that's part of a fleet or a convoy like this, they might go out of their way to bother you, but they're unlikely to try to hunt you down. It's just not the Trojan Reach is too big. It's a single ship. Yeah. Even though it'd be impressive for you guys to knock off a treasure ship, it's still there. The Navy's reprisals won't be super heavy-handed.
Okay. So, if we did pull some just somewhat valuable stuff out of the cargo hold, probably wouldn't be as big of a deal. We still have to get in there, though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if Lexian keeps rolling good and keeps fixing things. Maybe there'll be things that need general mechanic work in the cargo hold.
And Briar can work on other things.
Mm-hmm.
Because he does have engineering. It does not have what his training is. And it also only says he has 48,000 credits.
Yeah.
What happened
It makes it seem like it may not be the updated one, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know 100%, but
yeah. I mean, if you guys do some jumping and stuff, and you earn some training points, we'll just have them retroactively get those. But yeah.
Maybe we can let him auto roll the succeeds.
Yeah, if he hits yeah.
Which we did find out he did have athletics he was going for. He didn't really need to. Well, I mean, I guess if the med bay's not busy, I can always go to like the out into the general area and see if I can like meet with people and stuff. I don't know if I can get like maybe I can get like a tour of the ship, but even then, if they take me in the cargo hold, I'm gonna be watched the whole time.
Yeah. Would they even allow you to just mingle with people? Like be out in the open like that? I would assume they wouldn't.
Well, they gave us access to the dining area, whatever it's called, cafeteria,
That's
whatever.
true. That's
the
true.
Commissary.
Or the galley or whatever.
Or the galley, yeah. Chow hall.
So depending on who we talk to there, we could potentially figure some stuff out. I did find the names of like all of the ranking officials. I mean, not that we wouldn't be able to tell by the ranks on their clothes anyway, but I know the names of like the captain and the commander and all that.
True. I mean, if we could follow them off ship and get them drunk enough. You know, with like those crewmen I talked to the other day.
I don't know if you're going to pull that off with officers.
I mean, crewmen usually know more than the officers anyway. They're the ones that gossip.
Oh yeah, I mean that's definitely an option. Going back to the bar and having you do your carousing thing with some of the patrons again to see what else you can drink people out of.
Yeah. But yeah, officers are going to be hard. Especially since we're literally being chaperoned everywhere we go for the most part.
Well, I'll possibly see what I can do on that end because I'm a little better at speaking to uh, people that have self-importance than people who are common rabble.
Good point.
Well, should we head to work then?
Hi ho, hi ho, it's off to work we go.
Yeah, I guess.
We don't have to have the whole plan right now. We've got
That's true.
weeks that we can be working on their ship here.
I've already paid for 5 days and we've only been here for 1, so. Or I paid for 7 days, not 5. 7 days.
Gonna die in 7 days.
Oh no.
What do we think? One, and while we can talk about this while we're walking, I guess. one other thing I'm wondering about is the what's his name? The Aslan guy. I'm not going to say their names anymore. Somebody else is going to have to say it because I'll get it wrong.
What did I have? ICAF? ICAF?
It's
Half
it's
calf?
EK half calf.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's worse than Iron Foot. Yeah, it's EKAFT, ECAFT, ECAFT, ECAFT. I think I said ECAFT. ECAFT, ECAFT.
Maybe it sounds
Say
like
like
he's
a
coughing up a hairball. Maybe they kind of have like that Jewish thing going on, but it's a little worse.
Yeah, coughed. Yeah, say like a Klingon, you know. Yeah, but that's his name. EKAFT, ECAFT.
Well, I was close. I had what? IKAF. So
yeah, it's just an E instead of an I, but they sound the same sometimes.
Okay, so this Eckhaft guy, what do we think? Because I'm guessing I don't know if the Imperium's going to give in to him and give him his quote unquote docking fees to dock their very large ship here. And if that's the case, I don't think he'd be happy with them. Do we think maybe we could get him in on this? Again, I don't think that's my area of expertise, though, because me and Aslan, we don't really mingle all that well, seemingly.
do I need to break another table?
Maybe. Maybe we should bring a table with us just in case.
I don't think we need to carry around a table.
Just get around like a card table.
Just get one of those
Yeah, there we
plastic
go.
folding
A
tables.
folding, yeah.
It's a WWE folding like lunch, picnic table. You could just throw each other through it. But you gotta set it up and then like get ready you're about to throw somebody into it and then don't and then just keep teasing it for like a good 5 minutes and then do it.
Yeah, or like put it in a corner and quote unquote forget about it until you throw somebody into it. Yep.
Oh god,
I'm taking this to an extreme, and I just won't like seeing to carry around a ladder, so you can have ladder matches everywhere you go.
Whenever there's loot, you guys gotta hang it by a chain from the ceiling.
The key to the vault's hanging in the middle of the commissary, and I gotta climb up there, fighting off all the
officers
all
come
the
in,
officers.
and then just as you're at the top and you're fumbling with the carabiner, one of the Marines runs in and throws down the ladder with you on it, and you hang by it. Yeah, sorry, okay. We're just booking matches now. We're just starting our own traveler wrestling company.
I mean, technically, that's something we probably could do. It is a sandbox.
That's true. That's true.
You know what? I'm done being pirates. We're being wrestlers.
We create the Drinax Wrestling League.
By the time you're done, you're so famous across the galaxy. Everyone, all your social scores are like 13. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So you're heading to work. Hi ho, hi ho. That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, as you're walking there, you can see the ship in the distance. You got your like masks or whatever have you on, and you hear that like the roar of a ship's engine coming in, and it's like shocking because you can feel the ground kind of vibrating underneath you, and the sheer volume of it is like that's not a safe landing speed. And you all kind of quickly look up, and you see this scout ship Type S. So they're the like Dorito shaped ones, or they're the funky, the long Dorito shaped ones. You see it come in, and just buzz past the spaceport and buzz past the treasure ship, and then shoot back off out of the atmosphere, heading back out into space. So it's just buzzing the tower, as it were, but in this case it's buzzing the whole starport, and like comes real close to the treasure ship, and then just boom, takes back off into the clouds.
Could we tell anything about that ship as it buzzed by? Like, were there any signs on it to denote where it belongs or who it belongs to?
That's a good question. Give me Well, first give me a second to go back to my character sheets. What's the perception check again? Oh,
Recon?
awareness. Recon. Yeah, give me a recon check. You can all give me a recon check.
All right.
Oh, that was actually decent.
Recon's with intellect?
Yes. Yeah, recon in.
Ooh.
Briar
I
got
got
an
an
8.
11. I got an 11.
I got a 7.
I got an 11 as well.
So the two 11s, you're like looking, and it's kind of hard to tell. The ship is moving too quickly. It definitely looks, just based on some of the, like, you can see somewhere the paint on the hull has been removed, as if the ship has been retrofitted. And kind of quickly looking at it, it looks like it's been retrofitted to contain more fuel. So it looks like they've added extra, like, little fuel ports to upload or fill more refill it with more fuel. So whatever it is, it's probably used to making multiple jumps rather than carrying, like, passengers or cargo or anything like that. Kind of what that tells you, I don't know. That's up to you. But then also with an 11, you know that, like, you would need to get a sensor scan to really get some good ideas or good thoughts on it.
So I didn't notice any markings that would denote it as like a certain military branch or anything like that.
No, I mean, with an 11, you can tell it's definitely not a ship affiliated with any particular organization. Yeah, it's not like it's not a military ship, not like a, yeah. It's not part of the scouts. It's, yeah.
What the hell was that all about?
I have no idea. Should we check in and see if they scan the ship?
I mean, I guess we could ask while we're there if
I mean,
anybody took a look at it.
ask and offer assistance. That might help with our endeavors.
I mean, with it getting that close, I mean, if they had somebody manning the sensors, I would imagine they might have pulled something.
Yeah.
I don't think I noticed. Let me go back and look at the computer at the crew list again. I didn't grab the sensor operator information, but maybe there's somebody I could potentially seek out.
You guys would also theoretically have enough time to get back to your ship and run a quick sensor sweep. Like, it wouldn't be as comprehensive, but because of how long it's going to take the ship to get out, and if it is going to make a jump or if it's going to try to hide somewhere, it's going to take it, like, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. You have time where if you were to run back and quickly try to run a sensor sweep there too, you could. Or you could check and see if somebody on this military vessel did a sweep. Those are all, yeah.
I mean, if we think we can get back in time, why not do both? See what we can find out, then we can always figure out what they find out.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
And I guess you have crew back on the ship if you trust them, which is,
No, I'll run that.
Your fate. Yeah.
I'm not leaving that up to Kurt.
I think he's got electronic sensors, just not the intelligence to back it up. Yeah. No, he's got comms. Okay, cool. Yeah, you sprint back. Do you want to give me your electronic sensors check? It's going to be a difficulty 10. Because you're trying to get, sorry, electronics comms. Or sensors. You can do both.
Do you want me to roll twice then? Or
I guess I would probably I would have you do one and Kirsch, or if anyone else is there with you, do the other. Yeah.
I mean, if Briar runs back with him, he can do it because he has a 0 in electronics and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Briar,
All right.
He's been jogging. Isn't that what he was doing? He's been jogging around the
yeah.
And he's been doing a lot of running. So yeah, definitely.
He'll run back with you, and then.
Well, if you want to have him, I hit either one. I didn't make it either way. So.
Okay.
Well, which one were you going for? I guess.
I would have went for I would have went for sensors because that's the one I'm better with. So, but even that left me at an 8.
8. So sensors, it's okay. Sensors was an 8. It's the comms that was a 10.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
So we'll switch to he rolls, and I'll let you know what's behind door number sensors.
Well,
with intellect.
I've hit both ends of the spectrum. I have hit double sixes now, so that's
Nice.
12.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you guys like run back to the ship. You know, you've got the pilot's consoles in the front. You got the 2 sensor stations and like weapon stations. And I guess the thing we never talked about with the Harrier with your ship is that all of the stations can be repurposed with like a couple buttons. You can just kind of change the menus and everything. So you quickly jump into some seats, are typing away. Briar like pulls up a sensors or a comm sweep and is like looking at comms traffic and like kind of weeding things out and feeding through things. And as he's doing that, Gino is scanning the ship itself. And you kind of quickly get the ship's name, which is the Dancing Spider, which I don't know. I mean, you get this as the Dancing Spider, and that with your sensors sweep, also that your kind of guess looking at it seems to remain true. It is been sort of hollowed out. A lot of the extra crew space, a lot of the cargo space has all been torn out and refitted to carry more fuel. So it's used for like multi jumps, which is also could be a purpose for it to like hide because it could jump into empty space and still have enough fuel to be okay. Yes, and there's one more piece of information about it, but I don't know if you guys would know it or not. Wait, I think you might. When you were going after Red Thane, you went with his friend, didn't you? You went with what's her name? Marin. Not Marin.
Yeah.
Silverhand. Silverhand lady.
Yeah, Miria.
But at one point you were talking about going with Iron Hoof, right? Iron Tooth.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The Dancing Spider. Also, we'll say the Dancing Spider is a ship belonging to Hurl Irontooth's fleet. Or his band. I guess it's not a fleet. So then that's with your sensors check. With the comms check, with a 12, you did catch you're kind of like as Briar's like feeding out excess feeds or random comms because there's a whole bunch of communication going between the Arshad, which is that Imperial the cruiser that's in space, going back and forth between that and the treasure ship, like, hey, this ship dodged us, are you okay, blah blah blah. And in between all of that, there was a kind of a transmission that was buried underneath some of the other transmissions coming from the treasure ship that was sent to this scout ship from the Mark II. But it was encrypted, so you can't quite tell what it was. You just can see that there was like some data, like a little data feed that was piggybacking along one of those transmissions to the Arshad in space that like bing went a little bit past it to the scout ship.
Do we think? I can't imagine Iron Tooth would be working with the Empire. Can you? Do you?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess if they're willing to pay him enough, maybe. But
I mean, most things run on money. If someone has enough money, people will do just about anything.
I don't know. Seems odd. But I guess we better get back. I mean, we can always, again, try to see if anybody else heard about it or noticed it or anything, since there was a message that came out.
Sure. We could do that.
All right. Yeah, you guys get to work, scan in, and head to your various stations. Move you back around. Jinx is in the mess hall. Let's go back to... Oops. And Gino is up in officer country. Where is he?
I have a hold of me, but I lost where officer country was. I thought I knew where it was.
Yep. Sorry, I'm dragging you around too.
You're all right. Oh, I found it. Quarterdeck.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, and then the Marines. What was it? Tyrol, I think, was... Well, doesn't matter. It's different day, different stations. Was it Tyrol or Laurel? I think she was stationed outside your door last time. She's still stationed there. She kind of, says, "Hey, how's it going, Gino? How's it going, Doc?"
Good, good. How are you doing?
Well, same shit, different day. Although that was a little excitement this morning.
Oh, you talking about that ship that flew over?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, no kidding. That was nuts. I mean, I've not been traveling around too long, but I ain't never had anything like that happen before. You seen anything like that?
No, but I don't. This is my first trip out into the Reach, so I guess that's what you get in a lawless kind of backwater space like this, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. And nothing like that would ever happen in Dubai.
Mm-mm. Damn right. Yeah. Well, I'll let you get to it. And she gives you a nod and heads out the door. I'll be right outside if you need anything.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah. Just double checking to make sure I didn't just completely change her background. No, we're good. We're good. How's about what's going on in the engineering bay? Or what are you gonna get? What are you gonna kind of stick yourself into, Gino?
Um, I was going to do another search of the crew list one more time and
Yeah.
see if I can see if they've got labeled. Because I saw that the astrogator Asha that said it was astrogator. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess the sensors, or even more importantly, the comms person.
Yeah, the comms would be. That's a good question. Probably Tactical Officer Grimsbold or Second Officer Halbenar.
Okay, I've got Halbanar on there. Comms, and you said who else?
Uh, Tactical Officer Grimsbold. Maybe the co-pilot. So there's no one listed specifically as like the comms officer, but or comms, yeah. But those would be my guesses. Although Second Officer Halbenar also deals with ships logistics, so my guess would be the tactical officer.
Okay. Did they have anybody listed as the sensors operator, or would that just be a kind
Um,
of another guess again?
Probably the co-pilot Ashen.
I guess for me, I would probably just hang out for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, See, I mean, I'm a doctor. I'm supposed to be there in case anybody needs to stop in. So, um, but after a while, I'll head back out and see if it's okay for me to go down to the galley.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, I'm gonna flip those if I got them. If I just said what I think I said, co-pilot Ashen is the com in charge of comms, and tactical
Okay.
officer is going to be in charge of sensors because Grimm's Bold is in charge of like the gunnery division, and sensors would be pretty relevant for gunnery.
Yeah. Race, were they both human?
Yeah. Everyone on the ship is human, including Asha. She's just like genetic. She's like a genetically modified individual. But everybody's human, except Jinx.
Because I'm special and great.
Yeah.
Rawr.
Right. I guess what Jinx, like, yeah. Jinx's pep talk to herself in the morning.
Yep. I do it every morning.
It's good. Hey, what is it? What are those things you say to yourself that are positive?
Affirmations?
Affirmations. There you go. Jinx she's mentally healthy.
I'm good enough.
Damn
I'm
straight.
smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Exactly.
That's right. But yeah, no, Marine Laurel she'll follow you. And she doesn't do it in a menacing way. She just kind of like, yeah, where to? You're like, mess hall. She's like, all right, let's head on over, and she just follows you to the mess hall. Yeah. And we'll cut down to the engineering bay. What's going on down here? Ping everyone. Focus everyone. Focus ping. Boom. There we go.
Lexian's just gonna keep working on things and just kind of like looking around.
I mean, Jinx is the same way. She's going to, work hard as she does, because she is a hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of like keeping her eyes peeled, you'll see her just like keeping her nose up a little more to try to like scent the room and keep her ears peeled in case she hears some weird shit. So pretty much she's being a nosy neighbor. Because, that's the best thing, just being nosy.
Yeah.
Lexian's also going to keep trying repairing things that he thinks he can repair.
Go for it. Yeah, you're and you got enough experience to do things, to do kind of simple things.
I do have mechanic at 0. I forgot about that.
There you go. Yeah, if you definitely, then you're good. Same thing with Jinx, because Jinx has electronics at 0, doesn't she?
I am pretty sure I do.
Yeah.
I do, yes.
So yeah, you've got enough knowledge and know-how to strip wires and fix some simple wiring and solder and all that sort of stuff. I don't know, stuff I don't have the knowledge for sitting here. But cool. Yeah. Keeping your. Do you want to give me a recon check, Jinx? With your ears open.
And my nose open. Who knows? They could spill some weird crap.
Jinx.
You never know.
Ears wide.
Lexian's gonna crop dust her.
Don't do that, you gross.
I mean, if you get everybody's scent, you could find out if anybody's scent seems to be lingering at the vault door.
See? Gino was smart. That's what I was doing. But I have +1 DM. That's a die, right? To any check.
Dice modifier.
Okay, so just add a 1.
+1 to your roll, yeah.
Okay.
Plus your intellect. And
I mean, my intellect is 0. And that's 0 too. So it's just, whew, okay, I could do it.
God, yeah, can Barter? I would assume they must, right? Like, they must be able to differentiate people by smell. It's got to be one of those things that, like, because I think there's stuff in the book about what they like use their. Do they have like a secret fur language, or is that the?
I think. No, I don't think so. Okay. I haven't looked at it lately, but I swear I thought I saw something in there about like smell differentiation, because that's how like they tell things apart.
But
I would assume.
Don't they still sniff each other's butts?
Was that something we established?
I think. No, there
Probably.
might actually be a thing in the book about it.
Oh, about them sniffing each other's butts? Wow.
I think it's weird. Like, it's been a while.
It's a
but
handshake,
there is
you
weird
know?
stuff that goes on with them.
Yeah.
But I rolled an 8.
Okay. Yeah, well, with an 8, like, you can overhear crewman O'Leary and Ilan, and they're just kind of like they're chatting about the ship, like, man, that was weird, wasn't it? Like, yeah, it was. And then, like, the captain's really on one today, fucking asshole, and there's just kind of muttering about that. But that's about it. But then do you want to go around and try to, like, identify everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, will you give me another recon check with your +1 for your scent? I would say it's fairly challenging because everyone does smell like kind of burnt oil and all of the, like, engineering stuff in this bay. But if you get a 10 up, you can identify.
I got a 12.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm just gonna give him a little yellow tag because that's, oh god, that just covered his whole face. Give him a little yellow dot. And then these are people that you can't get Henshaw because she's behind that door, but everyone that's in the cargo bay you can identify based on smell,
Hell yeah.
including your friends Briar and Lexian. But you already knew that. You've lived with them long
I knew them
enough.
already, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I will be right back. What do you guys think about what you're doing next?
So we know the captain is on one today. Whatever the hell that means.
I mean, that makes it sound like that wasn't a friendly message they sent to that ship.
Yeah,
Because
it
he would
really
probably be
does.
in a good mood otherwise.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, we technically could, like, quickly fast forward through a few days of us just working. Maybe we make a couple of checks and then move on, slowly gather information, and then spend a few nights at the bars too. Just roll in different places until we roll high.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello.
So, after I overhear these 2 crewmen talking about the captain, I'm going to, do my job closer to Briar and Lexian, as you do to, sneak over there. Well, not sneak, but, walk with a purpose over there. And I will whisper to them. So, those crewmen over there, they said that the captain is on one today, meaning the captain is extremely upset. They also thought it was weird that a ship came by close and then left. I'm thinking whatever they got from that ship was not a good sign. Lexian? Oh no. It's happened.
No.
Am I talking on mute again?
Yeah, you were.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a little spaced out right now. So the captain is on one, or the officer's on one.
The captain.
The captain.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what the crewman said. Yes.
So he's upset about the message that they received.
I mean, I think it's a good assumption based off what we found. Don't you agree?
Seems accurate. What could possibly have been in that message?
I mean, any number of things. I mean, who knows? Maybe they got a message saying that the people that are coming to try to help fix this stupid ship got delayed.
That would be great for us.
Right? I feel like if we can get this information to Gino somehow, he might be able to act on it better since he's dealing with more officers than we are.
Okay. Lexi's gonna reach over and cut his like hand open on a piece of metal.
You guys do have like you can just calm each other as well. You don't
Oh
have
wait, okay, we do.
No, I'll just let him cut
you guys have
himself before.
phones. You can call your friends.
Okay, no, this is how it's gonna happen. I say that, and then I watch you cut your hand, and I just call up Gino. Hey, Gino.
It's not prison.
Lexi's
It's not
being
prison.
an idiot.
I do like your commitment. I like the Sam was gonna go out. He's like, fuck it.
I completely forget that comms exist. Okay.
You guys have phones.
I guess I would. I mean, you could be concerned about them scanning our calls,
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. But
okay, we'll go with that. They're probably monitoring our calls, so I'll just go and tell him in person as I'm clutching my hand because I'm an idiot and it's just bleeding everywhere.
Okay, you do that. I'll hold down the fort, and I will get back to work cleaning, fixing, with ears open, trying to eavesdrop, like the nosy neighbor I am.
Yeah.
I guess Lexian will make his way up to the med bay then.
Sure thing. You get there and nobody's there.
Oh no, where's Gino?
Yeah, well, I guess as you're heading that way, or you get there and you see the doctor is out sign, and we cut over to the mess hall. What's Gino doing?
I guess when I get there, who all's in there? I mean, like, is there a lot of people there? Is it pretty empty, or?
Right now, just these four. There's a Marine. Well, and then I guess five because there's Laurel. She went with you. So she goes over and she starts chatting to Welly, to her other Marine, and then Gunner Barnard, Assistant Astrogator Van Laffett, and then Launch Pilot Summoner are there. Having some coffee, and they're all kind of like scanning they're all going over their individual data pads, and it looks like they're doing some sort of work that they can do at the desk drinking coffee.
I guess I'd go over and grab myself a cup of coffee and I'd go over and maybe plop down here.
Sure.
And I guess
With the Launch Pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I suppose I have I carry my computer with me too, so I guess I'd pop it out and just start, scrolling social media or watching a YouTube video, space
tube video. Yeah. Yeah, you sit down at the the same table he's sitting at, like the same these are like the comfier chairs rather than like the mess hall chairs. And he kind of like looks up, makes eye contact with you, gives a morning, and goes back to working.
I'll more pile with the morning. And so you outside when that ship flew over?
No, I heard it, but I heard it from I was up in uh uh God, what the launch bay one with I was it's just just doing the morning check over of the launch, and I heard it. I mean, rattled the walls, basically rattled the ship the whole.
Oh yeah, dude, it flew right over my head. I can't tell you. I mean that was I thought the thing was gonna crash into something. Thought it was gonna crash into this ship. I mean it like grazed across your nose.
Huh. What do you think it was?
I don't know. I mean it was moving so fast it's hard to tell. I mean it looked like it was I don't know retrofitted or something. So maybe some I don't know joyriding travelers or something.
Hmm. Yeah, he puts his pad down and kind of takes a swig from his coffee as he's talking to you. Interesting. I wonder if it was out here. You're not from the Reach, are you?
I mean, I've got ancestry in the Reach, but no, I grew up in Tobiah. I mean, I've been
Okay.
out here. I was out here once when I was a kid, and I've been out here a little bit since I've been traveling, but it's only been really a few months.
Gotcha. Well, you know what they say about the Reach, right? So Richard and I have a scum and villainy, you know.
I
Uh,
mean, there is definitely some characters around here, that's for sure.
yeah, probably some you know pirate getting too big for his britches, but they can't hope to even like this. They can't hope to really do anything on this ship.
Now, you guys have got this thing's a mobile behemoth here. I can't see any just regular ship doing anything to this guy.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Name's Gino, by the way. I mean, I'm sure you probably got the memo, but
yeah. The new doctor, right?
yeah. Here for a little while. I mean, I don't know how long you guys will need me or when me and my rest of my companions will feel like heading out, but yeah, here for a little while.
Nice. Yeah. Well, Sonar, launch pilot. They launch pilot one.
Ah, good to meet you. Good to meet you. Yeah, I was in the Navy a long time ago. Thought I was going to be a pilot, but I don't know. That just apparently wasn't my calling. Found out I was
Well,
better with the medical stuff than I was with the pilot stick.
I mean, count yourself lucky. I'm a glorified taxi driver, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you still get to travel around and see the universe. I mean, that's kind of why I retired from doing being a doctor. Was I kind of got tired of just sitting on one planet all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's that's one bonus of the old treasure ship assignment, but it's not the most yeah,
And don't get a whole lot of excitement here.
no, and yeah, unless you can get off of it, it's not a great way to build a career.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. That's I don't know. I had huge aspirations. Grew up, a line of officers. I was pretty let down when I didn't make it, but in ways, you're right. I'm happy with the path I took, and I did a lot of good, so I can't complain.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he puts coffee, gives you a toast, and takes a sip, kind of goes back to working.
After that, I guess I'll pull up my data pad, go back to scrolling, and I'll just keep my ears open. I don't know if any of the other ones, I don't know if I can hear the two Marines chatting it up. The others are all
Um,
just being quiet.
yeah, yeah, you can give me a recon check. Unless, I mean, if you have other questions for Sonar, you can definitely ask him. But he was just kind of like, he's being friendly, and then he
Yeah,
just
I mean,
went back to work.
I didn't feel like he was going to know too much about what was going on, but just establishing contact.
Yeah,
A nine.
yeah, 9. No, she's talking about, like, you can hear, I guess with the 9, you can overhear Laral talking about basically, being on guard duty, but, she kind of seems all right, though, so it's fine. And Welly just kind of goes, okay. And Welly is, like, he looks like a good 10, 15 years her elder, although their ranks are pretty similar. But she seems to show him, like, some level of deference or respect, just based on his seniority. And yeah, they're just chatting, but nothing,
right.
nothing crazy.
Well, I guess I'll probably hang out, finish my cup of coffee. Um, if she's still getting along chatting, I might have one more cup and sit there to see if any other conversation strikes up. But if it doesn't after that second cup of coffee, I'll just make my way on back. I
Okay.
won't go around bothering everybody all in one day.
Yeah. No, you go up for your second cup of coffee, and as you do, Commander, basically the first officer, Commander Jagad, comes in, and she goes up to the coffee, like, it's one of those, the big metallic urns or whatever. There's like a couple of those. She goes up, grabs a mug off the counter, and starts filling it up, and kind of gives you a look. Just not like a, I guess, not gives you a look, just kind of checks you out, like, oh, it's and you see the recognition. She's like, doctor, huh? And as that conversation begins, we will cut away to, I guess, back to the door with Lexium, like, hand bleeding, tapping on the door. There is a, like, call the doctor button if you want to hit that.
Okay.
But,
I will hit that button.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, is there nobody else in the area at all?
I guess one of the Marines would have had to go with you. Yeah. So we'll say Marine not Mechanic Talus, Marine Garce escorted you. That is
Okay.
their job. So Marine Garce is up there with you. Yeah. So we hit
I'm
the
sorry.
you hit
I
the
never
call
actually
doctor
moved.
button.
I never moved myself either.
Oh, you're fine.
Sorry.
I'll let you do it. No worries. So Commander Jagad. It's like, oh, you're wait, did you meet her? Is she the one who hired you? I feel like she was. So maybe she's just like, she makes eye contact with you and goes, Dr. Starheart, how's it going? As your
Well,
tablet beeps.
it's going well, Commander. Well, I guess I got work to do. Looks like I got the call doctor button. I hate to cut our conversation short, but maybe I'll catch up with you next time.
Right. Yeah, she kind of gives you a nod. Have a good day.
You do the same.
And then as you're walking out, she's walking out right behind you. You guys get on the lift together, and there's like that awkward, like, you're going to the same floor.
I guess we're working in the same area. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, she chuckles, and yeah, you ride up the lift. You've got, like, a couple seconds if you want to ask her any, like, a one or two, like, we'll say a question, and then she's gonna get off on the command deck. But
I guess I'll just quickly,
deck.
while we're sitting on the lift, to break the awkward silence. After I say that, I'll be like, "So, were you in here or outside when that ship flew over?"
No, I was on the bridge.
Whew, that thing came close to y'all, didn't it?
But yeah, I could see it right out the viewport.
God, did you have to change pants after that one?
No, but I reassigned one of the gunners to be at station just in case.
Yeah, I don't blame you after that. That was nuts. I mean, I'm pretty new to all this travel stuff, but I ain't never seen something come across a starport like that.
Yeah, that's a first. That's a first for me too. At least in this gig, I've had the occasional well, you get a little flyby in space, but nothing quite so brazen. I think part of it's just, at least in space, people want to see one of these things up close.
I mean, whoever that pilot was, they were confident.
That's for sure. And the door to the flight deck opens. Well, have a good day again, Doctor.
Yeah, you too.
She goes back to the flight deck. Oops. Gosh, I'm trying to move everyone, but I'm just making everyone smaller or wider or yeah.
Drank too much of that coffee. They've actually got bloated.
Yeah. Yeah. So you get off the lift, and you see Gino standing at your door, hand bleeding, with the Marine like in Loral's.
I'll just look at him. And go, come on in. Let's get you wrapped up here.
A couple seconds later, Loral comes out of the lift, and Garce heads back. Yeah, it's the two of you in the med bay.
I mean, I'll get out the bandages. I'll grab some. I don't know space antiseptic. I don't know how this shit works now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I got a little laser that just cauterizes it back shut?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. We'll say it's all similar enough. It's all, yeah. You give him a band-aid and some Neosporin.
Cleaning his hand, wrapping it up, and being like, all right, I feel like this didn't happen on accident.
Oh, it did. And then I beckon him just a little bit closer. Make sure nobody's gonna listen in. And then I'll whisper to him. Sounds like the goddamn it, captain. The captain really wasn't happy about what happened today.
Yeah, I was talking to the commander, and doesn't sound like it. They posted somebody on gun duty just in case, so definitely wasn't friendly.
What were the exact words that they used? Off. The captain is off. Off one.
On one.
On one. Okay.
On one. Yeah.
Yeah. They said the captain is on one.
Well, that could explain the commander's very quick trip to the galley and back to the flight deck. Well, we probably shouldn't prod too much in one day. Maybe, I mean, keep your ears open. You hear anything else, great. Maybe we just fly low for the rest of this day. Maybe we head to the tavern tonight. Be a good place to hear some gossip about the ship.
Sounds like a good idea. All right. Thanks, Doc, for patching me up.
Anytime. That's what I'm here for.
All right. And then I'll just head back down to the engineering bay.
Yeah. You exit the door, and Marine Laurel leans in. She says, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, what?
No, you're nothing. Nothing happened. You just leave.
Okay, your mic cut out, so it was like.
I was whispering. I said, I heard everything you said. But no, she just looks at you and gives you a smile, a friendly smile and a nod. And yeah, you head back down.
Okay.
As you step to the tube with the lift, you hear her comm to like one of the other Marines, like, one of the workers is heading down, or they probably know your name. The Lexian's heading back down, so they're tracking your movements just to make sure.
Well, I'm gonna head straight down. I'm not gonna go anywhere else. So.
Yeah. So then, if you do, they just welcome you back in, and you go back to work. What's Jinx doing? I guess one of the things is I think the sniff identifying takes most of the day, but that's not like something you have to devote all your attention to. That's just something like that you spend part of your day doing, is like, subtly walking behind people and taking a big whiff and committing it to memory. But what else are you doing? Fire's up here working.
I'm trying to think. Let me see. I mean, she would go and ask if they needed help with anything else, since she does semi-know her way around electronics, so she would offer to, like, strip cables.
Yeah.
what's the word? Reset things, stuff, very simple electronic things that she can actually do. She would also offer to help with that, and kind of just like try to make small talk with the people that are working with her down there, because I mean she's gonna be there for days.
Yeah.
Might as well get to know them while she's there.
Yeah, do you want to give me, I don't know, I guess a charisma check? Because you got it. I don't know, right? Like, it's not going to be diplomat. It's not going to
Why?
be.
Man, I'm really, really good. I got an 11. I'm gonna keep these dice. Leave them over there.
Yeah, you get some small talk, and I think you're just kind of chatting people up.
Oh yeah, like saying how they're doing, names obviously. Do they like? I mean, I would say like have they liked their job here? I've never really heard about a treasure boat before, but it's interesting to be in one, and like how is it different from a normal ship? Kind of those fangirly questions that someone might get if they're on like a very prestigious ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so two of the main people you can interact with, I mean, are the crewman O'Leary and crewman Ellen. You do chat with Mechanic Talos and Chief Engineer Paulo, and the Marines they're not like the friendliest. They're just kind of like, yeah, okay, they sort of humor you, but then
I'll
if
leave
you
them
ask like one or
alone.
two, yeah,
Yeah,
they're kind of
one or
the
two
don't you have work
questions,
to
then
do.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah. But you do know that you do learn kind of quickly from crewman O'Leary and crewman Ellen that they don't like this. They don't like this posting, and they also are fully aware that sort of like they're like, hey, if honestly, like our days are numbered. The captain's seems to think we have caused a little too much trouble for him. So we I guess we intend to prove him right. You keep that between us, but yeah.
I mean, of course, of course. I'm sorry
Speaking
he
of,
feels that way about you. I
yeah.
mean, I haven't known you that long, but I think you guys are troublemakers. You seem to
Not
be like sturdy, dependable workers to me.
that's what I've been saying, right? Right, O'Leary?
Exactly.
Yeah. Right, Ellen? I forget which one is Bad Boston. One of them is. And they go, speaking of, you want to you gonna go to the bar with us tonight?
I'm at the bar every night.
All right. Well, I mean, you weren't there last night, but
I mean, sorry, it was
I mean, I looked
one
around. I
night.
didn't see a barter, so.
Well, I
But I
promise
mean,
you, I'll.
but if we're gonna argue semantics here, you said every night, and
I
so far
did.
you've been here two, and you weren't there for one. That's like 50% of the nights, which is, I mean, not for nothing, but that's not even remotely every night.
Okay. I am sorry. I promise. From
Dylan
now on,
puts his hand on O'Leary's shoulder, just
from
like
now on,
chill, dude.
every night, at the bar, I can promise you, every
You're
night.
damn right. You're damn right.
Damn right. But yes, I will be there tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, and you chat with Taos a little bit. She's kind of like she's busy working. Did you? Yeah, no. You guys talked with her last time. Do you remember anything about Mechanic Taos from last time? There was some stuff you talked or you learned about her.
Was this just open ended, or is this to her?
Oh, to you guys, to open ended to everyone.
Yeah. She was in a relationship with the guy who is getting blamed for the J Drive failure.
Oh, I'm gonna write that down. I think it's in my notes, but I better write it down again.
Yeah, and she didn't seem happy that they were blaming him, but she was also kind of like, they gotta blame somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think she did say that he didn't seem like he would probably do it, or was that something else?
Yeah, I mean that might have been part of it. She agreed that he was kind of notoriously sloppy with his work.
That's
but
what it was.
It seemed weird. Like she was like, nobody's that nobody's that bad at their job.
Yeah.
But it's hard to tell if that's, again, her, like...
Just her view on him, or... Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so I will small talk, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't there for the conversation that she was in a relationship with a person that's getting blamed.
Belmar, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to bring that up, even though I know about it. But yeah, I'll just do random, small talk, same questions I was asking the crewmen.
Cool.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to do before your work day is over?
Not personally.
I mean, when Briar gets back, I'll ask him how Gino's doing.
He's dead. I killed him.
He knew too much.
Yeah. He knew my real name.
Yeah.
He's your crewmate. Still, he knew my name.
You're muted if you're trying to talk.
Oh, yeah. Lexian.
So I guess Gino's dead. Got it.
Nah, Josh was talking, but yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, no, because Alexian isn't telling me how Gino is. Like, oh, well, because he's dead.
He's dead. He's dead.
Oh,
maybe he has PTSD from the scrap accident.
Maybe.
No.
And he's around all the scrap, and you just see him like staring off into the middle space.
Hey. Listen, Lexian didn't get very good rest last night, so he's a little spacey. He suffers from nightmares, and last night's was pretty bad. He was dreaming that he was floating out in the middle of space with a broken vac suit, and he was using his psionic powers just to try and keep himself alive. And that was enough that he was just kind of he's just kind of a little spacey today.
I mean, just do what Leia did in the new Star Wars movie.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
Superman or something.
I survived, yeah.
Into the air.
Into
the shoe. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
CG Leia.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if I want to get my soapbox. I'll leave it.
Oh, I won't leave shit. They brought Darth Sidious back off screen, but they couldn't kill Leia off screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had to bring a CG abomination into it.
They used her daughter as a body double and then CGI'd her face. No, there's a book where Luke does something sort of similar, but they at least like couch it in bad space physics, where he shoots himself out of an airlock into another airlock and just uses the force to like keep himself alive. But he doesn't Superman through space.
He holds a little atmosphere around him as he's shooting out.
Yeah, basically. Or I think he just I don't know. Yeah. Keeps the heat from flying off of his body. Yeah. Anyway, it's slightly more believable, and it's a book, so it's you can at least pass it off that way. But what was that? The Last Jedi? Is that the second one?
No, the second one is where where Luke dies. So it had to have been the last one where Leia dies. Yeah.
Well, no, it was when she does the Force, when she does the Superman. That's the
second one. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
But she had, so they shot that scene that way, but then she had already passed away, and it's like, I would have just rewrote that scene where she just didn't make it.
Right?
Yeah.
But then, after she, they didn't need to put her in the third movie at all.
In the third movie.
Off screen.
No. Just have everyone in mourning. Like have the movie opening with everyone in mourning.
Yes.
Yeah. Then it's acknowledged, and the audience can mourn briefly, and then you move on. Yeah. So we should do a 30-second rewrite of Star Wars in this measure.
They're just standing around a casket that gets shot off into space.
Yeah, little space burial. But yeah, sorry, Lexian with his Lexian with your nightmares, which is also probably just somewhat jarring when you come back in and realize that like a lot of people died in this room because they were basically vented out into space when the atmosphere was vented out. So it's there's a little triggering for your nightmare. But Lexian,
right? So yeah,
as your word.
Lexian will realize that Jinx was trying to talk to him, and then it'll go, I'm sorry, what? What?
Gino, how's Gino?
Oh, he's doing pretty fine. He was up in the commissary talking with some people, and I think the first officer was that it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When well, did he tell you that?
Commander. I
said
said
Commander.
Commander.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
She is the first officer, but yeah.
But we all met her because
rank.
she's the one who hired us. So.
Yeah. Okay. She'd hired everyone. Yeah.
Okay. The lady that hired us also confirmed that the captain is not having a very good day. She was very. She had to reassign somebody to a gunner turret.
Oh, interesting. I am so curious now who that actually was. I will tell you though, I don't know if you care that much, but I have scented everyone in this bay, so I can tell everyone in here by scent. So I should be able to tell if something's off with them.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just imagine Lexian having a face that just grows more and more grotesque as she's talking. Like, oh.
It just has to, so can I crop dust you from like 10 feet away?
Also, also the two crewmen that I was able to get the job from, the captain sees them as troublemakers, and their days are numbered. But they want to see them, they think of themselves as hardworking individuals. And I promised O'Leary that I would meet him at the bar every night. I don't know if I could get anything out of him, but I mean, it's something, right?
Yeah, it's something.
But besides that, you're all good to go with your aunt?
Yeah, it's just a flesh wound. Too bad I didn't do it to my left arm.
Uh-huh.
Monty Python never made it to Vargo space, unfortunately.
Yeah, so she's just like, what?
She just gives you a blank look. You hear Briar chuckle in the background.
'Tis but a scratch.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Does the proverbial, horn blare for the end of the workday?
We're working a full day, right? It's not a half day, it's a full day?
Full day, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess unless stop by the galley or whatever it's called for free food.
Yeah, you can stop in. I mean, you guys pop in there for lunch, presumably midday, and then you can pop in there. You can pop in there for dinner too, for supper. The only other thing like that happens is Launch Pilot Henshaw does come in to Gino's office toward the end of the day. Kind of like before as you're putting stuff away and getting ready to head down for for dinner and then head off. Launchpad Henshaw comes in and she just kind of, yeah, you got a second, Doc?
Yeah. What's up? You not feeling good or something?
Just been having trouble sleeping, and I just got anything that you can give me just to give me a good night's rest. I really need it.
Yeah. Have a sit down. Let me give you a look over. Make sure you're first off you don't have some sort of virus or something that could be stopping you from sleeping.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, sure thing. And she kind of like sighs and walks over to the chair, to the bench, the table thing, and sits on it.
I'll start doing just a routine kind of checkup on her, chat with her. So, how many days has this been going on?
Since the accident, pretty much.
Uh, I'm guessing this isn't a virus. This sounds more of I'm guessing maybe nightmares or something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I was she kind of like, she gives you not you, but she just kind of stares at the wall for a sec and scratches your head, looks at you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody told you, but I was in my launch at the time at the and I saw the yeah, I mean, I saw as they like people were flying past the cockpit, and when they opened the doors and vented the atmosphere, it was
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
oh gosh. Oh, well, I'm so sorry. Well, that's got to be rough. Hey,
yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'm not a therapist or anything, but I'm going to be here for a while. I spend a lot of time sitting up here doing nothing. You need to talk about this. You feel free to come up here.
I mean,
And
yeah, yeah.
that's probably going to help with your sleep more than anything. That's kind of working through this stuff. But I mean, in the meantime, and I'll look through, and I'm assuming they have some med supply supplies and stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look through and I'll find something that's like a strong antihistamine or something. This isn't real powerful, but it's what I got on hand here. Give this a shot. If it doesn't work, let me know. I can probably talk to one of the officers about seeing about going out and procuring something off the spaceport that's a little better for you. But like I said, again, you need to talk. Do you come on up here and you talk? Um, I'm good to go.
Yeah, thanks, Doc. I just need to get some sleep. It's yeah, I just need to get some sleep.
You do that, and like I said, if this doesn't work, let me know, and we'll get you something that will.
Yeah.
And I'll just kind of lean in a little bit. And this isn't usually doctor's advice, but a couple shots with those things, and it'll help a lot.
She smiles and looks at you and thanks. I'll give it a try. And yeah, she steps up and walks off. And you would know like you have to document whenever you prescribe like a medication to a crew member. And you can put like a visit note in there or anything like that. But like, what would you document about your visit, like her coming in?
um,
Not that it's like a trap. You can document everything she said. I'm just
yeah,
curious. Yeah.
I think at this point, I think I'd just keep it vague. Um,
Mhm.
just because she wasn't that wanted. I mean, she was forthcoming, but like you could tell she was reserved about it. So I feel like a doctor's confidentiality sort of thing. I can leave that part of it out, and I'll just say she came in with trouble sleeping, and I prescribed her that antihistamine to help her get to sleep.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. And yeah, at the while you were in the visit, the proverbial clock near the horn blared and the clock ticked over. So everyone's heading up to the mess hall to get some dinner and then either go to bed, go to the bar, do whatever.
Evening, Ralph.
Yeah. And then you guys are all getting dinner on the ship before going to the bar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a chowder, maybe like a corn chowder or something, and some like freshly made bread.
There much
But it
chatter
works.
going on while we're there, or is people just scarfing down trying to get out of there?
No, there's some talking, but it's kind of a low murmur.
How many cargo people are here? I start sniffing.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, you gotta sniff the vault door too.
I do. Holy shit! Yes, I need
Sniff
to do that.
Sniff the vault door.
Yeah, just like if I walk by, get a good.
You don't. I mean, you don't walk right by it because it's down at the end of the hallway. It's the opposite way from the yeah.
Well, she will try to get sniffs.
I start to say, but if you get a sniff of something heading that way,
yes,
not everybody's going to be walking down that way.
Oh, brilliant! Yes, I tried that. I'll like as close as we walk to it. I'll try to get sniffs in that general direction to see if it's anybody I know in the cargo bay or if I have to start sending more people on this ship.
Okay. Yeah, give me a recon check with your +1 for your nose.
A 9.
9. No, you don't recognize. You don't get any like particular sense. You get the scent of I guess it would be Marine. In this case, we're currently Marine Salvez. You can only see like half of his name, I would guess, but he's clearly the guy standing guard at the vault entrance anyway. So you just get his scent.
That's it. Okay. I'll have to try again another time.
Might not always be.
Oh, sorry. What were the 2 launch pilots I talked to?
You talked to launch pilot Henshaw. She was the one who came in for the trouble sleeping, and launch pilot Sonar.
And what was that guard's name?
The one that goes with you, or
the one that's standing by the vault.
Right by the vault. That's Marine Salvez. I'll put him up in the mess hall so you can see. Yeah, no, I don't think that there typically is one on. Just double checking. Yeah, you can ignore that. Actually, he's not usually there. There isn't usually a guard because it's a big old vault.
So no Marine scent.
No Marine scent. Sorry.
So any scent at all?
No. Besides the the scent in the hallway because it's a main thoroughfare to get to the mess hall.
Gotcha. I remember this for future reference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Once we're finally off the ship, I will say, so I didn't smell anything going toward the vault. So I guess that's a baseline in case I do smell something that walks towards the vault.
Yeah,
I could try to find the scent.
I think it's worth us going to the mess hall every day we're here and you at least sniffing and seeing if you can figure anything out. I mean, if there's any way we could get you down there deep by the door.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's possible.
Plus, I'm assuming they probably have cameras around this place anyway, at least close to the vault door. Well, we're still in the information gathering phase, right?
That's true, that's true.
I am finding out that they are not happy about Iron Tooth's ship flying by. I am wondering what's going on there. Do we think Iron Tooth's scouting out the ship as well?
I mean, it's a treasure ship that's stuck in one spot for a month. I think it's a safe assumption.
You'd think more
Mm.
pirates would be all over this place.
I mean, this thing's a pretty big, hard thing to crack, but Iron Tooth in general seems like somebody who would revel in something like that. Think we can get a message out to him, let him know that we're on the inside?
Maybe if we're, handy enough with sense.
I mean, I'm almost wondering if we don't. I don't know how long it'd take that. I'm wondering if we just don't send it regular mail so that if we tried to catch one of his ships around and send a message out or something, then potentially could get picked up by them and then link us to them. That wouldn't be good.
Oh no, that would be bad.
But I don't
I
know how long
mean,
it. I don't think if we just send it regular mail, I don't know how long it'd take to get to him.
I know they. I mean, you said they piggybacked, right? So maybe could we send out a fake message but piggyback the real message encrypted inside that message?
Um, I mean, we could try.
Yeah, just like send a generic message, but then the real message is inside.
Do we
I,
have to
I
have their
don't know how that would work.
Do we have to
We're
have their
still.
encryption code?
Well, first off, we need to figure out if that ship is still hanging around in the general vicinity of this planet, or if it's already jumped off again.
That is very true.
Like, I mean, we know they sent them a message, so maybe they darted after that. Maybe it was just a literally a scouting flyby, see what's going on. Do all Aslan know each other? If we talk to the Aslan here, does he know Iron Tooth? Is that how that works?
I mean, I don't know every Varger in existence. I mean, I didn't know Kirsch before I met him. I doubt it, but then again, we are on a lawless planet. So there might be like a chance that they might know each other.
I
I have no
mean,
idea.
Iron Tooth's a pirate. He's going to be intercepting ships just like we're wanting to do. Him having an in with a guy on a planet that's a hub like this that happens to be lawless might not be a bad idea, so it's a possibility. Don't know where we'd catch that guy at. I mean, feels weird if we just run him down. I don't know if he stops by the bar or not.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask.
Well, keep our eyes peeled. If we see him, we can make
Yeah.
conversation. Somebody can make conversation. I'll look at Lexian.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, You heading to the bar then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There's a fairly large contingent of you that kind of head out around the same time, and we'll say after you're there for like 30, 45 minutes, quite a few of the crew has come in. Like Henshaw is alone at the bar. She's got like 3 shots lined up, and she's just kind of staring at them. And she takes one, and then is sipping on her water. And you can see she's planning on taking the other 2 over time, and then heading back out. O'Leary and Ellen are sitting with Van Laffet. You can see Talus and Paulo talking. Marine Laral is chatting up with Gunnar Barnard, and 3 of the officers are at their own officers' table, kind of sitting around, elbows on the table, chatting with each other, and then music going. You would have seen Salvezda's come in with you and head off around the corner to where the exotic dancer is performing.
Oh.
The backwater planet exotic dancer.
Quick question. Since there are actual officers here, how long would it take me to scent all the people that are already scented? And would I have to be like close by, just going like
Yeah, the environment's not super conducive because it took you for like all the people in the engineering bay, because you had to like also wipe ignore the scent of all the like engineering stuff. And this is a bar where like presumably quite a few people have come in and out of. It would be probably a little bit too difficult to like get a
like
grip on
near
everybody.
impossible. Got it.
Yeah. You could try like 1 or 2 people, but you gotta get close to them. You gotta hope you get a good whiff and not make it look super obvious.
Okay. I just turn and I see the crewman that I promised that I would be there, and say, if you need me, let me know. I'm gonna, and I start walking over to the crewmen, which are in the bottom right? And I can't move.
Your token.
I can't move my token. I can move. Is this Briar's token? I can move that one, but I can't.
It's
my token.
It's
Oh
Gino.
no! Wait, I can move that. Yeah. Okay, I can move it now. I can move everybody.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yep.
Whee!
Yeah, everybody can
Get
move
out of
everybody.
here.
Okay, but yeah, I'll start because I'm assuming that's them over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just start walking over to them. I said, "Told you I'd be here."
Hey, yeah. Come on, have a seat.
Sure. I plop down in the middle.
Yeah, there's like the couch over there. I think that's a couch. I don't know. Kind of looks like
Hey, I was just about to ask the same thing.
I assumed it was a wall.
yeah.
But if it's a couch, yeah, I'll sit over on the couch.
I mean, judging by this corner here, it's probably a couch.
Yeah.
Briar looked a bit tipsy already.
Yeah.
So, crewman, what are we and Marine, excuse me. What are we toasting to today?
I don't know. Another day's work, I guess.
To another day's work. And I drink.
Yeah, they down their drinks.
So, I hope everybody had a good day at work today. I certainly did.
Yeah, real swell. Real swell.
Does the Marine answer?
It's not a Marine. It's Van Laffet is the
Marine.
No, sorry, with just another crewman. It's Van. I probably did say Marine, but I meant Van Laffet, who is he's another one of the flight crew. He's the assistant astrogator.
Can I try to get a whiff of him, since I don't know him, and I'm going to be sitting with these guys for, I'm assuming, a long time drinking?
Sure. Yeah, give me your recon check. With your +1.
An 8.
An 8? Yeah. Yeah, you can get his over the course of the night.
Excellent. One at a time. Here we go. I will suggest that we play like drinking games, and I will ask if they want to gamble with me. Because
You
I
got here
always will
early. They're not
ask.
drunk yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a carouse check.
Okay. And what is carouse connected to?
Your social
Okay. All right.
or your charisma. You can use your charisma.
Please, please. 7.
Nah, they're like, man, we're whatever money we don't spend at the bar, we gotta save for when we get left landside, right?
Who said we would be gambling for money?
I mean, what's the point of gambling if it's not for money?
I've gambled for
What was that?
I
I
mean,
was
I've gambled.
suspicious like of you.
I've gambled for secrets before, but those are usually with very wealthy people.
Yeah. Now
Who
we'll stick with
want
the
secrets
drinks.
kept. We could gamble for drinks.
Yeah, that ties back to the whole money thing, and nah, that's all right.
And is that for everyone? Because I will ask the flight crew guy with us if he wants to gamble too. I ask all of them. Are they all saying no?
That's for everyone at the table.
Damn it!
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm gonna get him to gamble with me, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, kind of. I guess Lexian from his position sees a headshot take her second shot, and drop the glass in that first empty shot glass. And then yeah, what do the three of you doing at your table?
Um. So was she getting up to leave, or did she have her 2 shots down?
She's got one more shot left.
Um. I guess I might walk over there and sit down next to her, and I'll tell the bartender to pour me 2 of whatever shot she's having, and I'll go over to her and go, uh, supplemental medication on the house.
Give her two more, or just one of the two he
Just
poured.
one more, one's for me.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'll hold it up
You.
and be like, "To a good night's sleep."
Yeah, she cheers you. Thanks, Doc. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're not so bad. You're from you must be yeah. Anyway, drops the shot. And, yeah.
So, what part of the empire are you from?
I'm not. I'm from well actually where is she from? If there's a specific place, let me double check. I don't want to give the wrong place, but no, I'm from out here. In the Reach.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
mean, I grew up in Dubai. My family was there for a few generations, but that's where my ancestry comes from, is out here in the Reach.
Uh,
Drinax, if you know the planet.
only from stories. Yeah.
I got plenty of those.
Yeah.
Where are you from out here?
I'm from Homestead.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, when did you join the Marine or when did you join the Navy?
Pretty quickly out of school. I 18, 19.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. I was in the Navy 4 years. I saw some rough things myself. Worst part was I caused them.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I ended up as a doctor. Felt like I needed to repay what damage I'd done. I know a few things about sleepless nights.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hell of a thing. Wasn't expecting to see that on this assignment, that's for sure.
No, I'd imagine not. treasure ships aren't supposed to see much action.
Yeah, she shakes her head in agreement.
Well, I won't keep you. I know you're probably ready to take that last shot and go off and meet the Sandman.
Yeah, she smiles and nods and takes that second shot. Will you give me a? You can say carouse. Will you give me carouse with your social check?
Oh man, I don't know corrals.
Yeah. If you, yeah, it's one of those ones where you're not necessarily going for anything. It's just
Yeah.
curious to see how. You can take a boon too for helping her out with like the yeah. So you can roll 3, take the best 2.
That helped a little bit. That is a 10 minus 2 and 8.
Yeah, she smiles and says thanks, Doc, and she takes her last shot and settles up, taps with like credit shit or whatever to the counter, and it charges her, and she walks off. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, you too. You again. Hope you have a good night's sleep. You don't you let me know.
Yeah, she smiles and nods, and it's kind of half-hearted smile and nods, and walks off. You see her kind of as she's like walking to the door, stumble a little bit, but right herself and keep going.
Um, while I'm sitting there, I'll tap for the bartender and I say, "Hey, the 3 officers over there having drinks. I don't know what they're having, but you care to give me 3 of them? Like to offer them around for a hard day."
Sure. Yeah, he pours 3 beers.
All right. I'll scoop them up and I'll walk over there and sit them down. Hey, I won't keep you guys, but I know there was some excitement this morning. I'm guessing you guys might have had a rough day, so these are doctor's orders.
The guy with like the crew cut, clearly the marine of the group, um just like doesn't say anything, just gives you like the like I'm a hard ass military man like stare. And the other guy, how like the second officer is like, oh, thanks. And first officer Commander Jagad turns and goes, oh, thank you, Doc. That's very kind. Thanks, Doctor Starhart. You
Yeah.
how's your day? How's day number 2?
I mean, my little call I ran off to was just a simple cut in the hand, so pretty quiet for all being said. But I guess that's a good thing. I'd rather not have some epidemic break out while I'm over here watching over you guys.
Yeah. Neither would we. So tell me, you not to keep you for too long, but do you have any plans for the next I don't know couple months?
I mean, I don't know. I had talked with the people I'm traveling with, see what they got going on, if they got anything that they need me around for, or why? What's on your mind?
Oh, space being as it is, I think it would be good for us to have a doctor on the rest of the trip. But just figured I'd check and see what your availability is looking like.
I
Keep
mean,
it in
that's a
mind.
possibility. That is a
Yeah.
couple months. Is that how long you're going to be here, or is that what to get to your destination? Or you want me to go with you?
No, if you're gonna go with us,
Okay, all right. I'll talk to them. I mean, can I ask where's the final resting place of this one on the trip?
higher rate.
Oh man. Oh, um, if we did go, would you be opposed to my crew kind of following along? They could probably pick up some cargo, mail, whatever, as we're planet hopping, and that way I've got a ride once you guys get to where you're going.
Uh, yeah. Let me think about it. I'll get back to you.
Okay. And I'll talk to them, see, depending on how things go, I might be able to ride along even if they don't follow. But yeah, I'll give it consideration for sure.
Thank you, and thanks for the drinks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And the second officer, repeats his thanks, and the Commander Hark just goes, nods a little bit, but drinks his drink.
With that, I'll turn around and head back, and I'll sit down with these guys for the time being.
All right. Anything Lexian's doing?
Give me just 1 second.
Okay. 1. How do you like it? He's not even there. You didn't hear it. All the times he's done to me, throwing away my mouth. He did hear it.
Yes, I did. I have my headphones on, but
okay.
Lexian's just gonna kind of be just sitting there, kind of just people watching.
Okay.
He will probably try and find some ask some whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Like ask the bartender if he's got any of that, but if there's nothing of that, he'll just.
I think you asked for that the first night.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and okay, so it's just gonna be beer for me then.
Okay.
And I'll just sit there and, I guess, chat with Briar about blade skills and whatnot, and
nice.
We'll talk about the fondness that we have for a certain Monty Python sketch that apparently never made it to Varger space.
No, yeah. Okay, cool. We will cut back to Jinx, but 1 sec. I'm just gonna go feed my cat real quick. We'll be right back.
I'll be right back too.
Sure is quiet in this bar tonight.
I know, it's so quiet.
Man, heists are hard.
I still keep wondering when we're gonna have to start hiring people like Ocean's 11 and start assembling a team.
Oh, that would be funny.
I mean, we get enough money together. We can start doing things that way. We just hire people to do everything for us. We just sit back.
At what point do we become a pirate captain on Thief then? It would have to be after a year, but I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. How long are we out since? Because we're at least a few months, 2-3 months out. Well, there's not months, I guess. It's just straight weeks.
Yeah, we're like maybe 8-10 weeks, maybe. I want to say.
And it's still 52 weeks in a year, right? Or is there even weeks, or is it just straight fucking days? I think it's just straight days.
Well, I mean, we still measure by weeks for the.
Yeah, there are weeks and months.
Yeah, there are weeks. Okay. I guess it's every row is a week.
Yeah, the calendar like API that I have is kind of funky, but there are like specific weeks and stuff. Travelers are going to be good. I hate the word calendar. I don't like that it ends in an AR.
I'm trying to
Calendar.
figure out how long it's been since our year moratorium from thieves started.
Oh, no, I guess it is weeks. You're right. 52 weeks of 7 days each. Days are numbered consecutively, beginning with 1. The first day of the year is a holiday and is not part of any week. That is 001 is the week. It's holiday. And the days of each week are named based upon their ordinal position in the week. 1 day with a W, 2 day with a TU, 3rd day, 4 day, 5 day, 6 day, 7 day. That's what they went with. That's what they went with. Yeah.
That sounds like that sounds like something from Idiocracy.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Welcome to
I don't know
Costco.
if you.
I love you.
I don't know if you saw, but Terry Crews was actually President Camacho for a commercial
No
for
shit.
yes, for colon health. And it was
Oh
the
my god.
narrator from Idiocracy. He's like, and here's President Camacho. And he was dressed up as Camacho, talking exactly like the character as he goes into this doctor's office.
Oh my gosh, I gotta look that up. That's
I
awesome.
need to find it. I saw it. I was like, I can't believe this is a thing, and it was great.
Yeah, so what's Jinx doing?
I mean, she's just literally gonna spend the entire. I found the clip, by the way. She's gonna spend the entire night with these guys, just you know, going between like drinking and water, so
Oh,
she
okay.
doesn't get completely shit faced drunk.
Yeah.
And she just tries to get information out of them, like not like maybe open-ended questions, but like leaving it enough to where they're getting so shit-faced they might just start like spewing things that they don't mean to spew, that keep it between us, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Will you give me another carouse check? You can take a
you
boon.
can
You can
you
take a
can
boon.
actually, if you're trying to outdrink people, you can make a carouse endurance check.
No, she wants to keep semi-level head.
Well, that's what I mean. You're because you got high endurance, right?
Oh, that's true. Can I do that?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Drink them under the table.
Okay, so that's 9, 10, 11.
Nice. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, you're there most of the night. So as we already said, Henshaw left. After like an hour and a half, maybe at the most 2 hours, the officers leave. Kind of, you know, let's see, Laral and probably Gunnar Bernard, Barnard also probably head out, but and then some of the random people leave. But so you're still going. Also, Kirsch and Marpete are there for a drink, and then they leave. As the night's going on, they're getting pretty sauced. And you're, like you said, you're like swapping out. You're going up and getting drinks, and you're doing the thing where you're like, can I get like a seltzer with a squeeze of lime to make it look like you're having a cocktail? So you're like, you're alternating. And they're like, O'Leary goes into it too, and he's just like, no, let me tell you why the captain's a fucking asshole, okay? So the jump drive explodes. half the crew dies. And it's not half the crew. He's exaggerating, but like, and what does he do? He gives command to Commander Jagad because he can't stomach it. And he's got the nerve to think that we're not good at our jobs. Please. The guy's a putz. Useless. He's useless, that's what I say. And now he what? Now he thinks that he's like he's losing his command, so he's getting all uppity now. Fucking guy. I tell you what. He'll be lucky if he's a captain after this debacle. That's what I say. And Ilan's like, yeah, I mean that's pretty much. But yeah, it's like I tell you what we ought to do. We ought to, and we ought to. Sorry, one sec. Oh, that last beer, Jinx. That's doing me in. I shouldn't. My mom always told me don't go liquor beer, but it's so much fun.
Right? I mean, I was
Anyway.
doing the same thing. It's just, it's perfect.
Did you say liquor rear?
That's a good one. The doc's got jokes. He says, no, what we ought to do, and he kind of leans in.
I lean in with them all conspiratorially.
We ought to walk up to that conference room, pop that little safe open, and take some of them credits, and fuck off into the Reach. That's what I say. Yeah.
Wait, are you saying to go to the vault?
No, Jesus, no. So what am I, a fucking madman? No, the ship's safe.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know the ship had a.
Yeah. Yeah, conference room. That's at least that's where I'm pretty sure it is. What are we talking about?
I believe you were talking about how the captain is an asshole.
Fucking major asshole. Major, like.
I mean, from what you're saying, he sounds like a complete asshole.
Yeah, basically.
How about I get us some waters? Do you think waters would help? Or do you two just need to go back to your rooms?
Well, what?
Oh. Okay, okay, I help them both up.
No. Where am I? Liquor beer. He's like counting on his fingers.
You fell asleep at the table. You need to.
I gotta be on. Nah. Okay, maybe we'll reset with the water, then we'll go back to liquor.
I get them waters. Take a water. How's the other crewman doing? Is he as shit-faced as O'Leary is, or did he slow down?
He's head down on the table, asleep.
Smart man.
Yeah, and Van Laffet probably left. He can't quite keep up with the other two. Yeah. But you got his.
He's just a quitter. He's a quitter.
He is a quitter. Oops. What is Lexi? What are Lexi and Gino doing?
I think that CD's drunk ass is going, and I might go over to the bar and ask the bartender what all sort of juices he has.
Okay. Yeah.
And
orange juice, apple juice, cranberry.
I'll
lemonade, cola.
I'll go through and tell him to put a few of the juices together to get like a complex of vitamins together.
Okay.
And have him drop like one shot of vodka in each one of them. And I'll just take it over there and sit it down and go, you guys drinking with my captain, you're going to want these in the morning. Trust me, you'll thank me tomorrow.
Yeah, you really would.
Thank you. And he spills like half a drink on his lap. Oops. And you just see like Ilan's hand go. Yeah. How about Lexian? What's Lexian up to?
I mean, he has no social skills, so he's just gonna sit there and just kind of
Okay.
just continue people watching.
Yeah.
He
Briar
doesn't know
probably
what to do.
heads back to the ship. Yeah. You've been people watching Talus and Paulo. Do you want to give me a recon check?
Absolutely.
Just cause.
All right, I'm on
You
my sheet. Where the fuck did I put my dice? There, I put it.
you technically have some social skills because you have streetwise, don't you?
I do have streetwise at 0, but
So,
my social is at 2.
but streetwise, yeah, I mean, you use intellect a lot with it, I think. Because they don't, you're talking to people on the street, they don't care if you have like a high social standing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
Well,
true.
So,
yeah.
you wouldn't be talking to the crew, but you might be talking to some underbellies around here.
Okay. So, but you still want me to make a recon check?
Yeah, go for it.
It's recon and intellect.
Intellect. Yeah.
All right. So a +1, and that is a 4. +1, 5.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
see
you
jack
can't really.
shit.
Yeah, you can't really tell like what it is they're talking about, but for like a good couple hours to start the night, it looked like Talus and Paulo were passing a data pad back and forth, typing on it, and like talking. Like they're not passing like they're not like sending notes in class. They're like talking and clearly talking about what they're looking at on the pad, but what it is you don't know. Um, it just looks like work coworkers talking about a problem, and then after a while the pad begins to like starts to sit on the table for longer and longer in between them, passing it back and forth, and eventually they just they get some food and drinks and kind of just relax a little bit and talk, and they just seem like they're just kind of hanging out talking. It's all amicable. But yeah, you did see crew for some of the other ships that are docked there come in and out and get drinks and chat for a bit and take off. And yeah, and then the shit show in the corner with Jinx and the 2 crewmen.
We didn't see E-Craft come in, did we?
No. Yeah. E-Craft. Yeah, no, he didn't come in.
He's a bit cheesy, but he's all right.
And yet somewhat digital. It's weird. It's
Yeah.
an odd combination. Yeah. 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 Anything else you guys need to do before the night is over?
I think I'm good. I mean, I'll have to pay at my tab, whatever that is. I bought drinks all over the place.
Crewman Larry goes to the toilet and pukes and then comes back. I'm good. Oh wait, what was that? Can you oh, look at that. Is that feels new? And drag my token and measure.
I feel like O'Leary raps on the side. That's
Holy shit!
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. It's a patrol thing.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, he definitely. It's bad. He's a very bad rapper, but he does do that on the side. Yeah, it's. Yeah. All right. You guys head to bed. Head back to the ship. With the Harrier. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, when we get there, I'm gonna check it with the crew, to make sure everything was ship shape while we were gone today.
Mm-hmm. Ship shape in Bristol fashion. That's what Mara says.
Thank you, Mara. I appreciate it. Gino, Briar, Lexian, did you? And I will lead them all into our little galley space, and we sit around the table. So I don't know if you heard what O'Leary was saying. Did you hear what he was saying?
They probably didn't.
Okay.
So I mean, dude was slurring everything. I don't know how you heard what he was saying.
Well,
I practice working with drunk people.
Yeah, I've been around a lot of drunk people. It's not that hard. But no, he was saying that he thinks the captain is an asshole because when this whole accident happened, he gave his command over to Commander Jagad. And he's afraid he's going to lose his captaincy over this. So now he's taking it out on like other crew, which is why O'Leary thinks him and his friend are troublemakers now. But O'Leary suggested to, me and his compatriot that we walk into the conference room, get to the ship safe, take some credits, and leave. He was pretty sure it's in the conference room. And I asked if he was talking about the vault. He said, "Are you crazy?" So there's a safe on the ship in the conference room.
I mean,
This
whose credits are in the safe though? Is that like?
I don't know. And the thing is, I don't even know if that's in the safe, but a key to the vault could be in the safe.
I mean,
or whatever they use to open it.
Possibly, but I don't feel like the key to the impenetrable vault made out of giant black box material is going to be sitting in a safe in the commissary.
No, conference room.
Oh, the conference
The
room.
conference room, yes.
Even then, that's still that's kind of public, don't we think? I mean,
is
not
it
public, but I guess they don't worry. Maybe they don't worry about anybody on the ship doing that, but I don't know. Just feel like it would be somewhere more important than that. I could be wrong.
I mean, you would think, but I don't know how the ship runs.
I mean, the captain's incompetent, but the people under him aren't necessarily incompetent. He probably comes from a long line of somebodies, and he's a nobody trying to be a somebody.
Probably. That sounds like a good bet. But yeah, so that's what I found out. I feel like if I keep doing, God, what did he say? Beer, liquor, beer, liquor, beer, liquor, which sounds horrible.
That does
With
sound really
O'Leary,
bad.
right? If I keep doing that with them, I might get some more information, maybe. I was also able to. Oh, Gino, I didn't tell you. I sent it everyone in the car. Well, no, I did. I sent it everyone in the cargo bay. I have now sent it someone off the flight deck because that's who was sitting with them. So that is one
Scented?
extra person. Yeah, I could tell them by their scents now. It took most of the
Okay.
night, but yeah. So now I
Gotcha,
can
gotcha.
tell pretty much where people in the cargo bay have been and where this one person has been. And you all too, obviously.
I mean, that sounds right. I guess I understood that happens, but kind of weird to hear
Yeah.
out loud.
Yeah, it makes sense,
mean,
doesn't it?
I'm sure Kirsch can do the same thing, right? I yell over at him.
Well, I mean,
he's down the hallway. But
See?
biologically, you should all pretty much be able to. I've cut more than a few Varder apart in my life.
Is that a threat?
Medically speaking.
Is that a threat?
I'll put them back together.
Mostly.
You better have. But yeah, so I feel like we could act on this. But I don't know how we could unless, I just keep my eyes on O'Leary and see if he does anything weird.
I mean, we don't have to figure this out overnight, so I think we're still just in the information gathering phase.
Sure.
Do we think we try to get a message out to Iron Tooth? Do we think that's worthwhile? I mean, he's got resources. We've got an inside link. Potentially work together, split the profits.
I mean, I personally don't think it would hurt.
Well, how do you break a table through an email?
Video.
We shoot a video of like seeing breaking a table, going, "I've had enough of this empire. Let's hit him back."
Release a WWE promo. He's just like walks in. Hey, you listen here, brother.
What?
Time to see the cream rise to the top.
Coffee in the big time, yeah. Easy, yeah. Eat after maniacs. The sounds like a Captain Maniacs. I like that.
Side tangent. Have you guys seen the the wrestling RPG indie game on Steam?
What?
No.
I will have to look. I'll have to send you guys a link. It's.
Oh my god, that sounds great.
They've literally gotten permission from a ton of wrestlers. That like it's old '90s and early aughts wrestlers that are all washed up. They've got their actual names and rights and stuff. So there's like generic characters, but then like the big names in the thing are actual wrestlers from back in the day.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Like there's giant statues of Macho Man, like in one town.
Jeez. Well, yeah. So we end the day. Head on to the next one. WrestleQuest. That's what I just found on Steam. Quickly do a blend.
Is that it?
I don't know. This one's not out yet. It says August 21st. But there's a like an 8-bit picture of Macho Man Randy Savage in the middle of a ring.
That's it. Yep.
Okay.
I saw it. Some guys I watch on YouTube were playing it, so they got an early. Or
Nice.
they were playing the demo. They got a demo for it.
Take a follow. Throw that a follow and see what it looks like. Yeah. Check that out at some point. That's hilarious.
You'll have to write the name out so I may also look at it. That sounds great.
There's a live broadcast of the developers playing, and it looks like it just makes me think of Stardew Valley but wrestling.
Yes. And they're all action figures is what it is.
Oh, that's funny.
That's why there's like things that look like Lego men and stuff in there too. Those are the generic characters. So it's supposed to be some kid playing with their action figures and using other characters with them.
Oh, I like that. That makes me happy. All right, yeah. So, what's the plan, lady and gentlemen? Canine and Homo sapien.
I mean, how hard and fast do we want to push with this, or do we want to kind of take things easy, maybe with just a couple of days of reconnaissance and then back to pushing, or I don't know. I'm a bit lost on this one, if I'm being honest. I've seen movies, but beyond that, I got no idea how to do a heist like this.
Same here.
Jinx, you ever do any heists like this?
Not really. My brand of heist was to go in and beat the crap out of people. So this is a little out of my range.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna pull that one off. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of chumps who are stationed there. So, but the Marines themselves, I think they could probably hold their own. I think I mean, if we can get into that vault, it's got to be worth our while. But maybe, maybe we just keep our ears peeled and, or maybe keep people up in the bar and stuff. See if we can get anybody talking about the thing.
Maybe. I mean, I could still try to get O'Leary drunk every night, which honestly doesn't seem hard, which makes me feel kind of bad for him, if I'm being honest.
The question is what can we do to make him act on it?
Um,
That we can kind of piggyback off of and maybe get a new crew member. Because if we have to abscond with him, we can kind of give him the thing of, well, if you're an engineer, then we can have you working engineer.
well, was he an engineer or just a regular
Or was
crewman?
he just a lackey?
He's part of the gunnery crew, so when
Oh,
he is working in the engineering bay currently, but he's just doing the debris removal.
Huh? I mean, I guess we could use another gunner. Maybe our, I don't know. I don't
that way
think
our
Jinx will
captain.
want to give up her seat in the gunner's chair.
I mean, she can sit in the spinny chair and direct everybody.
The spinny chair?
Is that not what you have? A spinny chair? The captain's chair?
It's more than a spinny chair.
Wait, you do
It's
more
a
than just
fancy
spin in it?
spinny chair.
Oh my god. Yes.
One thing I would say that, especially because Ricky has mentioned it multiple times, especially like when you guys are doing this sort of stuff, is he has those goggles that let him kind of see through some portions of walls to kind of see wiring and things like that. That like he's offered to like let you guys use them. So I think he would probably say if you can get close to the vault and you want to look at the vault with those, you might be able to do some scanning with those as well.
I totally forgot he had that.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of skill required in using those? Is that
Electronic sensors, probably.
I'm the one that knows how to do that. I have a one in it, but I look odd as a doctor running around with those. You've been doing a lot of mechanic work, Lexian. Does Lexian know electronics?
Uh, Lexian does not. Wait, I'm on the. Lexian knows computers, electronics computers. He does not know sensors or comms or
You know,
anything.
Well, that
electronic
means
stuff.
he's got a zero in all of them.
Yeah.
Unless,
So I got a zero in everything but computers. Computers I have a one in.
I mean, that's still with you. You've been running around doing like odd job mechanic stuff, haven't you?
Yeah.
So maybe you pop on there. You're looking like a try hard, trying to impress people,
I could
and
do
you got
that.
them on your head when we head to the mess hall because you've just been wearing them all day.
I could absolutely do that.
Can you? Can you use your like, use the force to make them better or anything like that? Is that how the force works?
Oh my god. Let me double check all my psionic abilities. I do not think so.
That's not how the force works.
No. Uh, Nope. Nope.
Which, by the way, I think that's the only thing that come good to come out of the last three Star Wars movies is Harrison Ford saying that's not how the Force works.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not how the Force works.
I can suspended animation myself. So cold sleep. I can enhance my strength. I can enhance my endurance. Uh, I can boost my healing rate, and with fortitude.
Yes, but you have to sit in a vat of goo in a diaper.
Through both mental and physical activities, psionic enhancement can lead to flashes of inspiration, dexterous fine-tuning, and momentarily toughened physique. That's what inspiration is. And that's a +2 check. And then I can regenerate, but I cannot teleport, even though it looks like it's supposed to be in the same thing.
Yeah, because it's completely its own skill, right?
Yeah. Even though it's like
No, not.
It's not bold like the other ones.
Maybe if you talk to the blue girl on the ship and she teaches you how to be blue, then you'll get the ability to teleport.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that thought that. I mean, the only thing I can think of is to do inspiration. And then, like, do a recon check? Would that be recon?
No, that'd be a
Like,
sensors check if you're
oh
using that
yeah,
thing.
a sensors check.
I
So that
mean,
would
you
be
could
a.
also you could blow some luck ahead of time too.
I could.
When
Essentially,
we were
I can make it so that even if I roll a 2, I would succeed. Because what, I have 6 luck? Yeah, I have 6 luck. Okay. Um, I'd like to try that.
What are you doing?
I'll wear the goggles
Mm-hmm.
for like a day or for like, well, oh, can we do it for like a day or two so that way they get like it's just kind of like, okay, he's been using it for that, so it's like fine.
Oh yeah, if you want to, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like I'll wear them for a day or two, like work on things, and then on like day 3 or the end of day 2, I'll blow all of my luck. I will do the psionic points so that on inspiration, and then I will like look through the goggles at the vault kind of down the hallway, if that's
Mm-hmm.
possible, to see what I can see.
Okay.
This is going to be a skill chain.
Yeah.
Okay. Inspiration. A DM +2, and the check is 8 plus awareness. And it says 1d seconds, comma, psi. So that means
so
I would be.
at most it's 6 seconds.
Okay. Well,
But
it'll. Okay. So it's not
you could
1d6
take your
plus
time
7.
and make
Okay.
it minutes, right? Can they make it like? I mean, you could make this foolproof.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And this is also gonna. You said you're gonna burn a day or so. Just using the goggles for regular work, right?
Using the goggles for like regular work, and then like towards the end of the second day, like as we go to the commissary for like dinner or something, I'll like have them on and just be like, essentially like just turn my head and just like kind of look down the hallway at the vault
Mm-hmm.
and see what I can see like that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, why don't we figure out what everyone else is going to do on that like first day, or I guess that those 2 days, and then yeah, we can jump to that point, or we can kind of play those 2 days out rather than having to roll right now and then us like forgetting. You'll have you roll at that point. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, cool. I like it. Good plan. Um, I would say that if it was a bad plan.
I think for Gino, if anybody showed up in the doctor's office, obviously I'd want to make conversation with them. But other than that, I'd just be going to the galley, kind of in downtime. I don't know if you want me to make a roll for each day or just kind of general roll, or how you want to go with that. See if I.
Yeah. So I guess do we want to kind of just like speed through the next 2 days or next day and change?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. One more time. What do you get? What's Gino's plan then?
Basically, if I mean, like I said, obviously, if somebody was coming to the doctor's office, I'd like to have a conversation there. But other than that, he'd just be going to the galley, maybe making small talk with some people here and there, and then listening to see if there's any other conversations going on. Any more about the ship, anything about the explosion, or obviously anything about the bolt.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you give me a recon check? At least for the first day, give me one recon check. How about Jinx? What's Jinx going to do for the next like 2 days?
She is going to do what she was doing before, talking up the other people in the I want to say galley, but that's not it. Cargo bay or engineering section, whatever. Talk to them, get to know them a little bit better. And when she goes for lunch and dinner at the galley, she's going to try to at least have the startings of scenting more people. So like she'll start sitting near different people to just breathe them in while they're there. Just
Okay.
try just randomly getting like a handful of other people maybe. And still trying to sniff down the vault. I almost said highway, it's not a highway. Vault hallway to see if she can get anything off of it, and if it's still a no smell zone. And I will also, so it's a lot of smelling. She will keep her ears out again for any hubbub, but she will keep eyes on O'Leary to see if he's actually gonna do the conference thing.
Oh, okay.
Because she would be down to like just follow him in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a recon check for your nose.
I got an 8 on my recon check, by the way.
Okay. Cool.
I have a 9.
Yeah. You will manage to get the scent of 2 more people.
Heck yeah!
Be Astrogator Asha and lead pilot Smith.
Okay.
And Gino, you catch you go down like for one of the lunches and you're kind of listening around and you hear Chief Engineer Paolo talking to Mechanic Talus again, and he's like, no, I'm telling you, I I think this was sabotage. I don't think this was I think this was intentional. So yeah, the more we kind of clear out, the more it seems that way. And he's kind of like, kind of talking in hushed tones, and she's just listening because he's her superior. So what's she gonna say? Like, go tell the boss. But that's kind of what Paolo's talking about. Henshaw does come in that next day and says like, thanks Gino, because it worked. And she, I don't know how many doses did you give her, just for like a night, or did you try it for a couple nights?
I probably would have given her enough for like, I guess, yeah, 2 or 3 nights to
Okay,
see.
yeah. She just stops in to say thank you then.
Okay.
Yeah. And chats with you a little bit.
Well, I don't know if she needs anything else, any more medicine or anything. Just let me know.
Cool. Yeah. Then we'll jump to that second day, sort of end of that second day. And Lexian, you want to make your roll as you've been going around with the goggles?
Yes. All right. So first, I'm doing what the inspiration check first, and that is an 8, and I
Okay.
have awareness at 1, so that would be a +1.
Plus your psi.
Yeah. So it is plus my psi.
Yeah, that comma psi, that's what it's saying is that's the like characteristic or attribute you would use.
Okay, so I also have a +1 from my psi.
But did you say it was 2 plus?
If I make this check, then I get
Mm-hmm.
a +2 to any
Gotcha.
one check the traveler will attempt, and it
Okay,
says within the
cool.
next minute. So I'll probably like do this while I'm like on the elevator going up.
Mm-hmm.
So like I inspire myself, and here's the check for that.
More positive affirmations.
Oh, that is an 8
Nice.
+2. That's 10. All right, so I have the inspiration. That's +2. Plus, I'm burning all 6 of my luck. So that's
Mm-hmm.
automatically an 8. Plus my electronic sensors, that's a 0, so it doesn't matter. Uh, is there anything else I can throw in there? Uh,
Education.
education.
Yeah,
It,
intellect or education.
okay, well that's going to be another +1. So that is automatically what, a +9. Here we go for this one.
Don't roll a 2.
No, I'm gonna roll a 5. So
Okay.
5 and 9 is 14. So I rolled a 14 on there.
It isn't. Did you use int or education?
Does it matter? They're both a
Okay,
+1.
cool.
All right, so I rolled so that is a grand total of 14. Looking down the
Okay.
hallway at the vault to kind of see what I can see.
Yeah, you see a like around what is the like the keypad to
Mm-hmm.
like open up what would be the keypad to open up the vault. You see a data tap that's been tapped into it. That's not standard. That doesn't look like it's like part of the original manufacturing. It's like somebody attached like a microscopic data tap to it, which would normally, yeah, it's microscopic. Normally you wouldn't see it with your eyes, but with the goggles, maybe you can see like the kind of glowing like electrical signals traveling along it. Um, and you kind of follow, you can see it go up and you can kind of see it run along the ceiling a little bit to where you are. And then looks like it would go up to to the next deck above you. And what you said, you got your final rolls like a 12.
The the final roll in total was a 14.
14. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll see with the 14. You can tell that station, it looks like it's linked into the ship's navigation computer. So some information is being, for some reason, routed from um, the vault itself to the navigation computer.
Okay. Now that I got this information, I don't know what to do with it. Hmm.
Do you want to give me a well? Yeah, why don't you right now? You can give me an intellect check, just you.
Just me?
Mm-hmm. Until you share with information with everyone else, but can't share that in the hallway.
All right. Well, intellect of +1, and I rolled a 10, so that's 11.
Nice. You would guess, or at least kind of like intuit, that whatever data is being siphoned from the vault to the navigation computer, you need to get access to like that console to kind of figure what that data is and why it's useful. You need to figure out how to get to the ship's navigation console.
Okay. So I got to get to the nav computer to figure out the
Mm-hmm.
data that's being siphoned.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
What would an astrogator be doing with data off of Volt?
Why would a pirate vessel be sending an encoded message? Also, after
Well,
after
did
or
I was
did they
did
receive
the
it?
message go to them, or did the message just go from the treasure ship out to them?
The message went from the treasure ship to the pirate ship.
So there's a mole on the inside.
I
Somebody else
mean,
is planning to heist our heist.
If we didn't have like plenty of time left, that would have, somebody who's planning to heist our heist would have been such a good cliffhanger. It's commercial. It's our commercial line.
It's our our commercial break.
Yeah. So yeah, Lexian looks at the camera. Someone's planning to heist our heist.
Everybody looks at me like, what the fuck is going on? Because I'm just staring off into nothing.
Yeah, just no one else can see the camera. Yeah. Or it's someone's planning to heist our heist. The Who plays. It's not gonna work. There we go. Got my cold shoulder. Oh, the halcyon days of CSI Miami. All right, what's the next plan?
Oh, I would probably tell everybody after we're done in the commissary and we're like off the ship. I would reveal all this information to everybody.
Wait, so there's information going to a navigational computer?
Yes, somebody is siphoning off data from the keypad, and it's going into the nav computer. If we want to know what that data is, we need to get into the nav computer. Maybe it's the code for the vault.
Which keypad? The vault keypad?
The vault keypad.
Why would somebody do that?
I mean,
I'm going to assume for the same reason we're here.
They might be inside. They might have been inside for a lot longer than we expected.
So it's going to have to be one of the astrogators, I would think. I mean, who else would be using that panel for that? Um, Van Lafette. That's Van Lafette, isn't that the one guy that you were drinking with?
Yeah, Van Laffit.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
that's
the
he's the second astrogator.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I also grabbed the scent of the lead pilot and another astrogator whose name eludes me.
Asha.
Acha, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Or
So
OSHA.
you've got
Just an MBA.
she's the Occupational Safety and Health Association.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I break those rules every day.
Yep, I used to do that all the time.
I lift with my back.
Oh wait, no,
So
sorry.
you've got
I follow their guidance and accordances very strictly.
There you go.
There.
totally never used um not forklifts, but goddamn hand jacks as scooters.
Nah, nobody's ever done that.
Nah, it would be ridiculous. Yeah, it's unsafe.
Every time I hop onto a forklift at work, it's an OSHA violation. It
No
is not.
license.
It has not been maintained in a long time.
Oh yeah.
Like its wheels are cracking, and it's like every time I drive it, I'm just like I'm waiting for one of the wheels to fall off. Its seatbelt doesn't work. The chair is literally falling apart on it. It's like a 1970s forklift.
Well,
It's old as crap.
that wheel's gonna give when there's a load on the forks, most likely, which is gonna cause it to go off balance and tip.
Yep. Which means there's a high likelihood that I'm either going to get injured or killed doing it.
Go for injured, not killed.
Yeah.
Then you get
Yeah.
paid.
Mm-hmm.
City just your next of kin.
Yeah.
So the mole is most likely an astrogator.
And I have scented 2. So if we get close to this area, I can scent and see who's been there most recently. I think that's how that works.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how long ago it was that they were there, but potentially.
The other thing is we catch the astrogators at the bar. We could just be chatting out around our table and just, drop names like Dancing Spider while we're talking. See if they overhear us.
Oh, trying to put your carousing. Yeah, I like where this is going.
We get a reaction out of them. It means they're probably the one.
Do you think if we drop Iron Tooth's name, maybe also, that would get a reaction?
Oh no, I got this. Oh no. So Jinx you got to do your drinking thing, and you got to start regaling everybody with the tale of the time Lexian broke the table
Yes!
to make
Yes!
friends with Iron Tooth.
Yes! Yes, we must do this immediately!
Oh shit. Okay, yes, I'm all for it now. Just don't ask me to recreate it, because I don't know if I could roll that well. Again.
You done blew too many points.
I've reached my quota for the day of both high rolls and 2s.
Okay. Yeah, you guys gonna have dinner, head to the bar?
Yes, dinner bar.
All right. Give me 1 second. So, yeah, you walk in and let's see. I deleted some people from this. No, just prior. Okay, that's okay. So, everyone in attendance tonight is you've got Henshaw at the bar doing her doctor's orders. Talus, the 2 crewmen, Laral. Talus is there twice. We're gonna delete that. And then Asha and Van Laffet. When you walk in, they're at the table doing their own thing. Laral's with the boys. I guess Van Laffet or Talus is probably there too.
I immediately go over to the boys and say, "My friends, how are you this evening?" And I sit down on the with them.
Yeah, not too bad.
No raucous welcome?
Yeah, long day. Tired back.
I see. 1 second. I go to the barkeep and get a round for them. and lay it out for you, my friends.
They take it happily. For all four of them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We also didn't. It was probably, you probably dropped like 100 credits on the night before. That one night, the big one.
100, meh.
Yeah.
Meh.
I thought you that.
Take out 100. Okay. So, now, the people... Is there an astrogator nearby?
They're on the opposite side of the room. Yeah.
Damn it. So, I have to speak loud enough so they can hear. Or we have to move. Does it look like they've been drinking a lot?
No, everyone's just gotten here at this point.
They've just gotten here. Okay. I'm gonna keep eyes on them while I'm with the boys. I'm going to try to scent this new person.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm gonna spend pretty much the entire night with my boys, as I do.
Okay.
And do I need to recon sniff check?
Yes.
That is not something I thought I would ever hear in this game. I need a recon sniff check.
That is an 11.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
And so who's the new person?
Laral, one of the Marines.
Hell yeah, I know a Marine.
I like that. Yeah, Jinx thinks of it as knowing the person, and no human would ever think of it that way. But she's like, "Oh yeah, these are like my homies now. I know these people."
Yeah. I mean, I actually know them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I will. Once we're like 2 drinks in. Well, they're 2 drinks in. I'm like a drink in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming O'Leary might be starting to get a little loosey.
After 2 drinks? So... No.
Okay.
No, he's
maybe
fine. Yeah.
I like push another 2 more drinks. And when I start him feeling like a little loosey, I ask, so what, do you have a war story or any kind of story from your adventures that you would be willing to share? And maybe we can swap some stories.
I mean, not really. I'm, pretty fresh, pretty...
Does anybody have any stories? I look to the rest of the group.
You give me a carouse check. With your charisma.
That's a 9.
Nice. Yeah, Laurel, the Marine, kind of she'll dive into one where she was on like a pirate hunting ship, and she talks you through like some boarding action that they did and kind of clearing the ship of some pirates, and it was she's kind of humble about it. It was like clearly they were poorly outfitted and not super well trained, so it was kind of just like an almost a training drill going through and dropping these pirates. But she talks about it being in combat with no atmosphere was exciting.
Oh, I mean, it sounds amazing.
Oh, I'd like to retroactively say that Gina would have definitely said something about maybe make sure we're bounty hunters in this story and not actual pirates.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I will say, I might have the craziest story. 1 second. I go to get Lexian and I pull him over to where, like, drag him. Okay, so
right this between is my you friend... and Talus.
Yeah, so this is my friend Lexian. You guys know Lexian. Well, and then I just go into the story, mentioning how we were meeting Iron Tooth. I say that name loud, and I look at the astrogators, and how
that's suspicious.
And try not to be overt here.
Well, she's trying her best, but I'm trying to make it like I'm getting drunk, so I'm being louder than normal, even though I'm not drunk. Just being boisterous. It's like, and then Lexian had to break a table. Can you believe that he broke a table to get Iron Tooth's, at least him being nice with us, right, buddy? And I, like, play drunkenly, like, hit him slightly harder than I should have in the ribs with my elbow, right?
There's no like performance skill, but I mean, is it another carouse?
I was gonna say, would that be carouse again?
Yeah, that sounds like carouse. Let's go carouse. Carouse charisma.
Another 9.
Nice. I assume is then Gino kind of watching the astrogators.
Yes, I'm watching the astrogators, and I feel like this is critical, so I probably would burn like 3 of my luck on this recon roll.
Okay, yeah. Will you give me your luck roll? Oh, I love the way this is. I love the way that you guys have set yourselves up right now for this. To die. No, I'm just kidding.
12.
12? Cool. It's perfect. Yeah. So Jinx is, yeah, revealing the story. She's like jumped up like Tom Cruise on the couch and talking about it, and she like,
Yes.
mimics the the karate chop of the table. And as you're like talking, you like and Iron Tooth, you really, the loudest Iron Tooth, the one that is clear for like everyone in the bar to hear. Gino, is watching the astrogators, and from where you're sitting, you're looking at them. You can see like Henshaw, like she's like on her last shot, and the astrogators. And as Jinx lets out this like loud Iron Tooth, you see Henshaw take that shot and choke and spit it out all over the counter, and then like kind of like wipe it up and pay her bill and quickly walk out. But the astrogators have no reaction. She kind of really walks out. But yeah. The camera, like the camera's like from Gino's point of view, and it's really focused on the astrogators. And as like the Henshaw or the iron tooth like line gets driven, it fades out, or loses focus on the astrogators and focuses on Henshaw as she chokes and tries to like hurriedly clean up and walk off, kind of like shiftily looking around. Maybe just shiftily looking at this table with Jinx and Lexian.
I've been chatting with her some. I know she's got stuff going on, so I might follow her out the door, and just being a good doctor, just checking up on her.
Yeah. You follow her out the door, and she kind of quickly turns a corner and is off like around the corner of the building. And as you catch up to her, she's like trying to light a cigarette, but like doing that like fumbling thing with her lighter, and just like shit.
I'll pull a lighter out. I'll pull a lighter out and light it for
her. Yeah.
You doing okay there, Henshaw? I saw you. You look like you just about lost it there. I know you got some stuff going on. I just wanted to check on you, make sure you're all right. You definitely look shaken here.
Not stirred. Sorry.
She James Bond.
I'm not
she
muted.
Martini. She a Vesper Martini. Yeah. You give me a.
Hey, this is a great place to put an insight check.
Yeah. What is the persuade? Persuade. It's persuade. Yeah, you give me a persuade check.
That's with intellect or social.
Social.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm burning my other 2 luck on this one too. That's the end of my luck. It doesn't matter. I rolled double ones.
Oof. That's okay. What's the end result?
Double ones.
Actually, plus... I'll give you a boon because you've set the groundwork with her.
Okay. Sweet. God damn it! That's another 1.
Oh my god.
What's the end result though?
Why?
So the total, let's see, social would be 1. I was hoping I could do intellect, that'd be 2, but social would be 1. With the 2 luck would be 3. So with the 2 ones would be a 5 total.
Okay. She she looks at you and she's like, you you said if I needed help, I could go to you, right?
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like I'm as a impartial party here as can be with you being on a ship full of people who were in this event as well.
Yeah, I couldn't help but hear your friend talking about Pearl Iron Tooth. Was that right?
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, I accidentally called him Iron Hoof. That did not go well at all.
Hmm.
Or Iron Foot. Sorry, he didn't have a hoof.
Yeah, you say it and you kind of chuckle, and she just kind of she tries to smile, half-heartedly smiles, and and doesn't but she's like, I had the unfortunate pleasure of meeting some of his colleagues, and I think I'm in trouble. And she kind of
uh,
looks around. Can we is there if we go back to your ship?
yeah, that's fine. Come on. We'll sit down and have another drink over there. Um, I kind of, I mean, felt like I was in the deep end when I started dealing with that guy too. So I kind of get what you're talking about. Definitely, let's go
Mm-hmm.
chat.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
you head back to the ship and start kind of talking with her. What is going on back at the bar?
I finished the story, and I will say to Lexian, everyone, and start.
Yeah. Everyone claps Lexi on the back. He's getting probably way more attention than he feels comfortable with. But
Uh,
it's all positive.
any attention is more attention than he's comfortable with. So he's just sitting there staring into his beer like, oh my god, what's going on?
Yeah, and all these people are clapping on the back and shaking your arm, and yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
As you can tell, he's a modest fellow, but we should probably let him go back to it, right? I mean, unless you want to drink with us,
I'll
Lexian.
have one drink with you, but then I'm going back to where I was.
Okay.
The now empty table. Well, that's good for him. Yeah.
Well, isn't Briar over there?
Oh, yeah. I guess Brian will
I
probably
was
be
yeah,
there.
I was gonna say we didn't bring him onto this screen, but
Yeah, he could be there. Yeah, we'll cut back to the ship as you guys are as Gino and Henshaw are boarding the ship, head back to the little galley area and pour a drink.
Yeah, pour a
Yeah.
couple drinks, sit down. So, how'd you how'd you run into Iron Tooth?
He's he's got my daughter, or at least has people watching her.
Oh gosh. Oh, I hate to hear that. I mean, that's awful. Um,
Yeah.
uh, I mean, I'm assuming that means your daughter's not in the Empire then, huh?
No. So she goes in to explain it, and her daughter is on Cyan, which is in the Imperium. It's in the Pax Ruin sector, um, but talks about how it's like a notoriously insular society. She has her daughter in a pretty prestigious boarding school there, trying to give her the life I never had, that sort of thing. So she can't really turn. She got a message from her daughter that says do what they tell you or the child suffers, and she can't really go to the Siamese authorities just because they just wouldn't do anything. She's an off-worlder. Her daughter's an off-worlder, so she kind of is in this position where she has to help them. Um,
So,
yeah.
so, when Dancing Spider flew across a couple days ago, guessing they were popping by to get a message from you then?
Yeah, the the incident wasn't planned, so Harl's getting a little impatient about what the delay is. So I was just telling them to be patient. that we get underway soon enough.
What do you mean by the incident wasn't planned? Was that it?
Go for it. What was your?
I was gonna say, did I mean, or I guess that is a huge accident, but so that wasn't grounding the ship wasn't in part of Thrall's plans then?
No, and and then she kind of goes into it that Felmar, the other engineer, who was also working for Irontooth, and the plan was to put slightly modify the jump coordinates so that they jumped into like the outskirts of their planned sector where Hurl's ships would be waiting in ambush. But as Felmar was trying to insert the new jump solution, the old chief engineer noticed and tried to get Felmar to stop. And then when Felmar panicked, he basically, instead of all of that, what's the hydrogen, is that the fuel,
Yeah.
Yep.
Instead of dumping all that hydrogen into the jump drive, it just dumped into the engineering bay, which is what started the explosion and the fire. And this is what she saw through the window of her launch. She was just kind of watching all this happen.
Oh shit! No wonder you can't sleep.
People weren't this. Nobody was supposed to get hurt. The captain was just supposed to jump into an ambush and surrender. But people weren't supposed to die. And I'm either gonna live with that or live the rest of my life in a military prison, or worse, just get airlocked. And then what happens to my daughter? I've got no options.
So, I mean, obviously, we've ran into Thrall as well. I mean, we were bounty hunting at that time, but we've been trying our hand at piracy ourselves. I'm definitely in the camp of I don't want to hurt people during piracy. But so, and as you might noticed, we're kind of hanging around your ship for the same reason. We're not working with anybody though. We just came to check it out, and I don't know. We feel like we're in over our heads. Uh, maybe this is a I scratch your back, you scratch mine sort of thing. I
All right, what do you
mean,
mean?
I don't. I mean, you're already on the inside, but with outsiders inside already, you've got plausible deniability. Maybe we can work something out. So, best case scenario, we cut a deal with Thrall to help out. We get part of the profits. He gets what he wants. You get out, get back to your daughter. And if the blame's thrown anywhere, it's thrown on us and not on you because we're going to be out in the reach. I mean, they want to chase us down. Good luck. But I'm guessing unless you want to defect, I mean, I could probably talk my captain into letting you come on our ship at least for a while. But
No, she talks about if she can get out of this ordeal with her reputation intact, she would like to continue serving, especially because I don't know, there's probably some naval scholarship that her daughter's on, that's the Navy's paying for her daughter to go to this boarding school, and she still gets to get out and see the galaxy.
well, yeah, I mean, you don't have much of a choice to do anything but see this through. I don't feel like so. Yeah, let us help you out. And it's gonna. I think it'll help us in the end. Help us out in the end. Hopefully, it makes sure that nobody else gets hurt in this sort of thing. I mean, despite the fact that I'm now somehow a pirate, I am still a doctor, and I don't like seeing lives lost. So you've got my word on that as far as that goes. I don't want to see any more pain come to anybody.
Yeah, we give me another persuade check. Sorry, but finish what you're saying, and you can take another boon. As I said before, you've befriended her, or at least been friendly with her.
11.
Nice. Yeah, you notice that, like, you kind of catch on as you're talking to her that there was something she has been holding back, and that she goes into also that one of the Marines, Salvez, is also working for Iron Tooth, and she's concerned that if he finds out that she's that she's like not going along with Iron Tooth's plan, he will kill her.
So is he in the same position you are, or is he actually working for Iron Tooth?
She doesn't know, just that he's like, yeah.
Well, I mean, not wanting you to work against Iron Tooth's plan. Just Iron Tooth's anxious. Maybe we can help get some results and keep you in the safe at the same time. And you plan on do you know if he plans on sending somebody else to get a message from you?
Not currently, no.
Well, we've got some time. How about we just keep going on normal. We'll keep working around the ship. You keep doing what you do. Um, if another ship comes by for you to send a message, um, you pop in there about us being here and ask them to come contact us, and we'll see what we can do from there.
Okay. Yeah, and she might even know, like, we were given this, like, to send a message to Aunt Ethel, if we have a problem, or so if we need to get in touch with Iron Tooth. So she probably has a roundabout way you could send a message to him.
Okay, awesome. That's
And
great.
then she'd also warn you to, like, if you do approach Salvez, to make it clear you're not a threat, or he'll go just like blank and gank you without a
Well,
second thought.
if we feel like we got to go that way, we will, but we'll try to keep as much plausible deniability as we can keep going. Again, I want to keep you, I'd like to see you keep cleaning all this, see your daughter let go. You get to go on about your way, live your life.
Thanks. She you know reaches out and, like, grabs the back of your hand in like a gesture of saying, like, really, really thanks.
Yeah, you got it. And you're always welcome. We'll probably be at the tavern most nights. If we're not, we're going to be here on the ship. You're always welcome to swing by if you just need to get away, if you need to talk about things, whatever. I mean, I get it. I didn't plan on getting into this life quite the way I did. Um, Mine's a little more out of a sense of duty, strangely enough, but I guess yours is in a way too, because you got a duty to your daughter, right?
She nods. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah. No, let's keep in touch. You're still having trouble sleeping. I mean, for obviously more reasons than one at this point. You're welcome to keep popping by the doctor's office. I'll keep keeping you supplied with medications for right now. And we can kind of pass messages back and forth that way. Your wild luck. Come get me at the tavern, come by the ship, however you want to do.
Okay, so yeah, and she says she appreciates it and stands to make her leave, unless you have anything else you need to you wanted to ask her about.
No, no. If she stands up, I'll stand up with her and walk her out.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I gotta get back. Yeah, she takes off. Cool. And we will
After that,
cut back. Oh, go. Sorry. Go ahead. Go for it.
as she leaves, I'll pop on the comms and ring up probably Lexi and her Briar because I know Jinx is a bit preoccupied, most likely,
Yeah.
and just let them know that we've had a huge breakthrough. I won't say much more than that, but I'll just say we've had a huge breakthrough and kind of leave it at that.
Okay.
And I'll pour myself a glass of gin, throw some lime in
Nice.
there, be good.
There you go. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. What does Lexian do? I'm getting that message.
Lexian would be. Oops, I'm not on the select tool. Lexian would be back over here, sitting with Briar. And since Briar's the one who actually has the comm, he would probably hear it, and he would relay it to us. And I would kind of like look over at Jinx and see if the rest of the crew are ready to pass out yet, or not.
Probably not yet. No.
Okay. Well, but we'd probably just sit there and just like continue drinking until drinking lightly, and try and get Jinx's attention. Then not right away, but just after a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure there's a signal you guys give, or even just a nod after a while. And Jinx catches it.
When I catch it, how drunk are they?
I mean, the two crewmen pretty drunk. Laurel has been like, she like after a couple rounds, she just starts like really gently like nursing a single drink. So she's been, she's like maybe a little buzzed, but other than that, she's fine. And Talos is probably like, a little wobbly, but definitely not nearly as drunk as O'Leary and Ellen. Talos probably would even get ready to leave, and Laurel would walk back with her. We'll say it's just the boys again and you.
Well, boys, I have fun every night with you guys. If this doesn't pan out, I might be able to get you a position somewhere else. Only if you're interested, of course.
What, like a Gazelle class, or like what are you thinking?
I don't know yet. I would have to talk to my person about it. But I will definitely let you know. And you are at the top of my list.
Yeah, they drunkily cheers you.
Yes, but it seems like the crew needs me, so I have to go.
Ah.
I know, I'm sorry. I have to cut tonight short, but let me get you 2 more rounds to make up for me leaving. Okay?
Yeah, you go up, order 2 more rounds. Close your
2 more
tab
rounds.
Out.
Yep.
Probably another 100.
And give them some more alcohol. I hope this helps. Since I have to leave so early.
Yeah. So yeah, another 100 credits for the night. Shorter night, but you had 2 more people you were buying drinks for.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys. And remember, any plans you make, I want to be in on it. Because you guys are the best.
Will you give me a recon check?
Sure, I would love to.
Is that do we decide, is that what we decide? I ask this like every session. Is that what we decided is our insight, basically?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's the best you got.
I got a 9.
Okay. They give you kind of a confused look at that, and then go, yeah, okay, yeah. But
well, like any plans for like going out to drink at a different place or playing card games, that kind of plan.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I just walk over to Lexian and Briar and say, they don't remember. He doesn't remember what he told me last night. I need to get him drunk way more often, I say as we leave the bar.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, you'll head back to the ship and debrief.
Yep, I'll let you guys all know about the whole thing with Henshaw. And I suppose while I was waiting, I will probably have already put together a message and sent it off toward the contact point.
Okay. Yeah. What's your message?
Just kind of letting him know, because hopefully he remembers us, but let him know who we are. Kind of tell him that we noticed his ship pop by. We met some of his people, and we're working on the same thing too. And we know he's out of pocket because things haven't gone to plan. And we'd love to be able to help if we could get in on the haul on the end.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And too, like assuming that he's not in system, it's going to take probably 2 weeks to get a response because a week, for that mail to get delivered out of system. Yeah. So, but yeah, you send a message. Well, you just write down.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, we're gonna have to wait till we hear more. So maybe we just lay low, take it easy, keep our ears open, and I'll let them know about the other people who are all part of Iron Tooth's group. Whatever his name is, the Marine. Can't think of it, Salvadez or whatever.
Yeah, Salvadez.
Salvadez. And him, and then the guy who caused the accident was, and what was going on. Basically, just give them the full rundown.
Mm.
So yeah, I got the message out. Maybe we just lay low, keep our ears open for till we hear something else from either Henshaw or Iron Tooth.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, that means you're going to keep spending money getting those guys drunk, I think, because I think you're going to be hanging out with them for the rest of the time we're here. But you seem to be doing okay with that.
Oh, you also all get what after 2 days now 400 credits because 200 credits a day. I forgot to pay you guys for the 2 days you've worked so far.
King's
Jinx, you make some money back.
Yay!
Did we work 3 days today?
Was it 3? Oh yeah, because we skipped. We spent 600 total. Okay. Yeah. Anything you want to do? Any other leads you want to follow, or just kind of just work and work until you get a response from Hull?
I would like to keep the pace that I'm slowly presenting everybody, which I think might work out good. So paths will take during the day, so I might be able to guess schedules just in case it's needed in the future. But yeah, I'll just work, make small talk with people, try to simp people when we eat, try to smell down the vault hallway and see if I pick up anybody's scent, and keep my ears open and eavesdrop on conversations. That is pretty much all I'm going to be doing unless I hear something.
Okay. Yeah. Will you give me a recon check with your nose? The old scratch and sniff.
I got a 7.
Yeah. So is this over like the next couple weeks?
Oh yeah, like I said, it's the same every single day unless I hit.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you get the sense of like most of the non-officer crew. There's a few people because the officers they either have their meals delivered up to their quarters or to the flight deck, so you don't really run into them all that often. It's hard to be in a position to get their sense. You don't get them, but you get just about everyone else.
Excellent.
how about like Gino and Lexian? Is there anything you guys need to do over the next couple weeks?
I think I'd just do the normal doctor thing, maybe make some small talk. I will at some point during the 2 weeks um, tell the rest of the crew that they wanted me to come on as a doctor for the rest of the trip.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be something that happens as I stay on as a doctor while they leave. That way I can help on the inside afterwards if it goes that far.
Yeah, but can we follow you?
I mean,
We know their end destination.
yeah, and I mean, if I talk to Henshaw, we know she's tapped into the astrogator's computer, so she might know the general flight route the general route they're taking. So couldn't follow, but you could follow.
After a couple weeks too, you'd also know that they are, you know, they are down crew. So oops, there is potential that they would be hiring on like engineering crew for the trip as well.
So there's a job for Briar at least.
Yeah,
I
and you
mean,
guys have electronic skills.
Yeah.
we could always I mean, depending on what Iron Tooth has to say. I mean, we're on the ship. He comes ransacks the ship, and we leave with him. And yeah, we did wrong, but who's to say we weren't in the same position that Henshaw would be in, where our hand was forced? So that's how we all ended up there working on the ship, is because we were being forced to. That gives us plausible deniability. We let her go away scot free. Her daughter gets free. We all get paid. I mean, maybe that's the way we go. Guess we just got to wait to see what he's got to say.
So we could get paid and get paid. We can get
Yeah,
paid by them by the day. No, what? It's what 200 credits a day times 14, so that's what 2,800 credits for the next week. And then if we decide to go on them with this journey, and they decide to put us on the payroll, we get paid through that, and then we also steal a bunch of money from them.
yeah, yeah.
So we get paid and we get paid. I'm personally not seeing any real downsides here, other than like the like we might get found out at some point during the time. But
Like I said, I mean, that's you and Jinx not so much, but you're with me and Briar. We're like ex-Navy, where we got standing in the Empire. Um, they're gonna. I mean, even if they did find us out, it'd be like when our hand was forced. We he had dirt on us, and we had no choice. It's for the safety of people we cared about. Blah 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 blah.
give them the whole runaround.
I mean, come on. I mean, one's an ex-Navy officer, the other one, yeah, I'm just an ex-Navy, but I'm a doctor and I'm the son of a long line of officers. We give them that story. I feel like they would believe it if things went south. Sure, we throw Iron Tooth under the bus. He might not like us so much then, but
And we do have the fact that we've worked with him before to kind of like say that he had dirt on us then too, and that's why we had to leave him in the cut.
yeah, I mean, we've already got Jinx in the tavern telling the story, how we know him.
Oh, another interesting thing is what O'Leary told me about the conference room safe. He doesn't remember telling. So if I get them shit-faced wasted enough, they will everything, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, keep gathering info. The more info we get, the better.
We just need to pay the docking fee for the next 2 weeks. It'd be what, 700?
So it's going to be, we'll just say, just for the sake of bookkeeping, it's going to be 15 days before you hear back from Iron Tooth.
Okay.
Which is going to be another additional 3K each in pay. And then, yeah, what was the docking fee originally?
It was 50 cents per day. Or, sorry,
Yeah.
50 credits per day. I don't know where I'm pulling the 50 cents from.
Okay. There you go.
50 credits per day. It was, what?
It was super cheap.
I paid for 1 week, which was 350 credits.
Okay.
So,
yeah, perfect.
At this point, we are at what? 5 days into it?
Mm-hmm.
So, -2, you said 15, 13. Just do 700 credits.
Cool. The only other thing is you hit a maintenance period on the ship too over the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
You were like 1 week away, so now you're like 2 weeks into the next period. But
yeah,
you'd be able to do it.
That would have been the perfect time to get a med bay installed.
Yeah,
we're sitting here doing nothing for 2 weeks.
Not at a high-tech starport, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. A pity.
But
a pity indeed.
That's what, 3,600 credits that we're getting, or that we've gotten. I don't suppose we'd be able to increase our skills at all during this time period, right? Because it's what, 8 hours a day.
Working.
Yeah.
It's definitely working.
Now, how far ahead are we skipping?
2 weeks.
2
yeah,
weeks.
Like essentially 2 weeks, 15 days.
You said we get 3,600.
Yeah, that's for the total for this session so far is total. If
so you
didn't
3
already,
more thousand.
Yeah.
Well, I added in the 600, so
okay,
that's
so
3,000 I have to put in. Okay. Okay.
I haven't added all mine into yet, so it's
okay.
What, 321,722. There we go. And then the 700 credits, is that just going to come out of the ship fund?
We also we need to do maintenance too.
Yeah.
Because that was at the end of our first week there, we needed to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll just take that out of ship fund, I think. So we've got 700 for docking fees. How much for maintenance?
Was it 22? Yeah.
Ship 28, 630.
28. Okay.
28.
So, yeah, 28,630.
And we got crew salary too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's 5,000.
5K total.
Yeah, 5K total. So we would lose what? 33,630. 34,000.
330.
Yeah. Why do we have credits in 2 different places?
Where is the second one?
We have one in the stored cargo, and then we have one directly underneath under the spacecraft type.
Oh, that was one we just put in there. I think one of us threw in there originally, and then it got moved up here. So
it was probably me because I couldn't even find where to put it. I just threw it at a spot.
Yeah, I was just scrolling down through, and I'm like, oh wait, we have 2 different credit totals here.
Yeah, no, because I think that's what we originally got put in there after the bounty.
All right.
So
I took that. I took that out of the total already up there.
Okay, 46 to 50.
Yeah, that's what we're at now.
Cool. Yeah, well, Jinx, just because you said you are still working on the crew, that's good. Are you going out every night like you promised the boys you were gonna do?
Every single night, just like I promised.
Do you pay for drinks?
Not every night, because now it's getting ridiculous. So I will like ease them into that. Now we're gonna have to start taking turns paying for all the drinks.
Okay. Let's call it like 500 credits over the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
And I will start drinking more seltzers because all of this alcohol, even for me, is a bit much.
Yeah, your liver's pickled.
Yeah.
Cool. Will you give me a carouse check with a boon?
Sure.
With a Brett boon.
How much does the boon entail?
The boon lets you roll a third d6, and you take the 2 highest.
Yeah. Oh, yay!
I think, right? It's like advantage.
Yeah, it's advantage. Boon is advantage. Bane is disadvantage.
Yeah.
And you said it's carouse?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 10.
Nice. So a couple things you pick up. Like you know, alongside your like, you know, working around trying to sniff people, you're just kind of a freak. It's kind of pervert. No. You.
Oh, I will try to scent officers if they're there. Oh wait, I can't. The barge has too many smells. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're good. You're good. No, it's just impossible to like sit down at the table with them because they're just not. They don't fraternize with crew. You do learn a few things though. There is talk about the second officer Halvanar remaining on Arunasir after the ship departs to like deal with the aftermath of the explosion and like you know just the bookkeeping, but it doesn't sound like that's Halvanar's preference. You also learn that you guys have made a good enough impression that they're like you know Paulo, the chief engineer, is considering like also asking you guys all to stay on if you'd like you're likable enough. You've done fine work. They're happy to kind of keep all 4 of you on. Chief Engineer Paulo is probably the closest thing to an officer that does fraternize with the crew because he's like, I mean, he's not an NCO, but he's just as the chief engineer, his job requires him to constantly be rubbing shoulders with all the other engineers. It's just a completely different dynamic. So he's the only officer really that you send or that you know because he's always around. The one other bit of like interesting potential information. Actually, we rolled a d6. I'll give you the interesting piece of information. I'm just curious if there's other information you learn.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. 3. We roll 2d6. I'm gonna have you do it 3 times, but we're gonna do it 1 at a time. And I'll let you know what you learn. This is from the a different table.
That's a 4.
4. Sorry, 2d6, and have 1 be the 10s die and 1 be the 1s die.
Okay, I can do that. So I rolled a 4. Sorry. We'll make it 31.
Okay. 31. Every treasure ship carries valuable goods. Okay. We do another time?
Wow, it's like I didn't know that ever.
Yeah, right.
11.
11. An explosion forced the Martin II to land. I'm just gonna have you roll again.
Okay, I was gonna say it's like we know that already.
Yeah.
So did you roll 2 1s then?
Yes, I did. This is 61.
61.
Yeah.
The treasure ship's route goes through Tech World and Birney.
Treasure ship route.
So that's the boys talking about the planned route.
Tech World.
Byrni.
Okay.
One more.
55.
Hey, perfect. The vault on a treasure ship is locked using an unbreakable mathematical code derived from stellar positions and jump data,
Locked by a map.
as well as genetic material. Here, I'm going to drop this. This is just like
because that's a lot.
Here's a clear version of that
that
I have in my own notes. That's freaking frick. I hate copying from OneNote to then put into. Oh well. Let's see if you can read this. Yeah. Okay.
So that would be why they're tied into the astrogators.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Gino, will you give me an straight intellect check?
An 11.
Okay. Before I tell you the results of that, is there anything anyone else wants to do before the end of the session?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
With these secrets, I think I'm pretty good.
Okay.
I think Lexian would just try and like get in good with Paulo, but
yeah,
I mean, he said we're pretty much going to be hired or they're thinking of offering us jobs to stay on, so it's like I guess that's not needed. So
I think you've done that. Like,
okay,
yeah, you especially you've like gone around. You're about your business. You just kind of go around, do your job, do what you're asked, and do it well. You took the initiative and brought in some fancy goggles to do some cool extra work. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then we will end with Gino. Actually, never. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to think about the timing for all this. So first thing that happens is the 15 days are up. You get the note. You get a message back from Iron Tooth that has coordinates listed, which are in the XE system. And it just says get the ship to jump here. EXE is the name of the system and planet. Get the ship to jump here. We'll take care of the rest. The same day that comes in, the rescue flotilla arrives, which is made up of. Oh, I gotta get to the right page for this one. I think it's made up of 3 ships. The Imperial Carrier. 3 more ships jump into the Arenaseer system. Another Gazelle class, the Camino, the repair ship Henry Ford, and the patrol cruiser Sincerity. The Camino takes up a defensive posture alongside the Arshad, which was the other ship that was just in orbit. One of the ships guarding the Martin II. The Henry Ford descends, lands, starts unloading parts. This is all in this last day, and unloading like new jump drive parts, getting ready to prepare. And then the Sincerity overflies the port, scans ships, lands, refuels, and then takes off. It's good. It's doing its own thing. But the final thing is that Gino is sitting there as all this is happening. You're watching the crew bring in these new parts, this repair crew that's going to help out, so you guys can kind of get the ship launched and going sooner. And you're thinking about everything that Henshaw told you, and she never talked about putting in a tap on the vault to the astrogation computer. And even though she has more access to the ship because she's like an actual member of the crew, she would have no real reason to ever go near the astrogation computer or the vault. That's just not like within her. Maybe she's like sneaking around, but still, that was something that was never part of the plan she mentioned. The only plan she mentioned was just having the ship misjump or sort of misjump to outside of their original coordinates so that they could be ambushed away from their guard. But the tap on the vault was never something she mentioned as part of their plan.
Is there a third player?
And we will leave it at that.
All right.
But yes.
Shit, we got a Mexican standoff coming up.
Yeah. Maybe. So let's see. 2 weeks is Dragon Con.
Yes.
Yes,
So we want to look at like
next week or the week after.
Yeah, I can't do.
I probably won't be able to do next week. I'll probably be traveling.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so maybe then. Let me
So
double check.
the
I think the
9th?
9th.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yes. If that would work for people.
Currently, that works for me.
Okay. I'm like 70 to 80% sure that that works, but put that down. And if it doesn't, I'll let y'all know ahead of time.
Yeah. And then, do we think that one will be the one shot, the like Doom's Dungeon?
Oh, good question. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, where does everyone feel like where we're at? Kind of the same thing as last time. Do you feel like you'll remember where we are? How's everyone's notes? Yeah.
I mean, I think I'll be good, and it will be nice to like take it out, just keep it hanging, like the sword of Damocles, just hanging there.
Cool. Good with that. Yeah, we'll check, make sure. Yeah, it sounds like Doom's going to be ready. So.
I mean, I do also record these and put them up on YouTube.
That's true.
So I mean, if we really need to, like what I did today, I actually listened to it while I was at work, just to like refresh my brain of what we did.
Yeah.
Which was apparently really good because I had to recount it.
And we're at a pretty good point right now too. Like, I mean,
I think so. Ship's getting ready to take off. Yeah, you got maybe a couple days before you like take off, and yeah, I think this is a good spot.
So, is there an increase in pay now that we're actually being taken on as crew?
Yeah, there will be.
Okay, so instead of 200 per day,
I would also let Kirsch and Mara know what's going on, since we're gonna be with them.
Well, you'll have a couple days in the next session before you take off. Yeah.
Never mind then.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have time. Sweet. Any other like I don't know, questions, comments, anything y'all need to figure out?
No, I think we're good.
Cool. Well, I hope you guys enjoy DragonCon. That'll be fun.
Oh, it's gonna be great. All the people that are gonna be there.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Well, Alex is excited. Alex is excited for all the Stargate people that are gonna be.
There are so many more Stargate people going now.
Sean Astin, yeah, now he's on the list.
Yeah, and Elijah Wood, they just got added today. It's exciting.
Very cool. Yeah, Henry Ian Cusick. Is he? It's Cusick. He the doctor from what's it called? Battlestar Galactica? No, is it? Yeah. Is he a doctor in Battlestar Galactica? Is that? It's his role. It was a show I never finished. I need to at some point. No, maybe not. Getting him mixed up with someone else. Oh, well. I don't know who anybody is.